What's up, Austin?
Whatever.
You all ready for the journey?
Trying to get that way.
I know what, I'm sorry.
I'm trying to get that way.
Yo, good luck today, bro.
Thank you.
The trip is today or tomorrow?
I'll leave today.
Oh shit, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah,
But
safe trails.
Safe
hang on.
trip.
I'll fly to Atlanta, then I'll fly to Santiago, then I'll fly to Porto or something. Then I fly to Punta Arenas, then we're there for like 3 days, then we go to Antarctica. I think.
So you won't really get there till like 12 hours from now or 18 hours from now?
It's 22.
22 fucking hours. God.
Yeah, there's like a 5.5 hour layover at one of them.
Word. That's the tough part. That's probably tougher than, thinking about it. Going through that journey, that's a lot.
Yeah. I pulled an
Yeah,
all-nighter, bro, just so I could try to sleep on like the 10-hour flight. Because it would suck if I was like not tired at all.
that's a great idea. I've done that before. Yeah, you wanna make sure you're very tired.
I also procrastinated on packing and stuff. So yeah, just like
Pretty cool that it's still going through. They didn't cancel it.
What's the weather look like?
Probably snowing with a chance of an iceberg falling down.
no, there's like no precipitation. It's a desert. Antarctica's a desert. It's really cold.
One of the largest deserts in the world, right?
Yeah, it's the least precipitation in the world.
So does that mean it doesn't snow?
Very, very rarely.
Oh shit.
Hey, Austin, I had a question. I got an unplugged from the system shirt from your deal a while back. Do you still have those?
Sorry. No, no, that was like the first thing I ever made. Unplug. I mean,
Yeah,
I could make them again.
got it about a year and a half ago, maybe. I still have it. I love that shirt. I still wear the shit out of it.
Yeah, I'll try and work on merch again. It's like merch is just tricky because it's hard to get really good quality stuff that lasts, and then you do a third party. You make like $3 a hoodie or something crazy. Just kind of headache to deal with and make nothing.
Right.
But I'll try to launch some merch back up. Just trying to deal with like, dude, I did not know it was gonna end up costing this much money. I'm having to buy all this freaking stuff. it's kind of frustrating me right now, but I'm trying to have positive vibes. Positive vibes, positive vibes. So apparently in Punta Arenas, it's like really cold there. It's like, I mean, it's like to me, you know, 'cause I'm in Florida. Apparently in
Right.
Punta Arenas, it's like I don't know, like high of 52 or something, and then like that's the high. And then in Antarctica, it's like talking about negative 25 degrees, negative 30 degrees, and it's super cloudy.
Now, that's kind of the feeling I get when you guys get down there is it's just going to be an overcast the whole time.
How insane would that be, bro? That'd be super frustrating for me.
Because I mean, I live in Colorado, and there's some overcast days here where I don't know where the hell the sun is. You know,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's like the worst outcome, right? It's undetermined because of overcast.
I think so. Yeah. And I know what would happen. Like the Globers would take, like, say you could only see the sun for a few hours, but then it like you could still see, like it was still light outside. They would act like that proved it or something, which it obviously wouldn't. And it would kind of be a win for FE in the sense that they just have to pretend, but it would be super annoying. And I mean, I spent money on a freaking, some people did pitch in. I guess they sent it back. I haven't checked it, but an infrared imager to be able to see through some clouds.
How
I
much
was be
was
able to
that?
see the temperature. Couple $100.
Man.
And my then a tripod's 250. And then there's a Lux reader. Uh, yeah, it's just like all this stuff is adding up, man. Sucks. And there's like all kinds of things you don't think about, like solar powered battery chargers and stuff with the GoPro and SD cards, which like a terabyte SD card's like $80 at least or whatever. They go up to like 130. You
Yeah, I
get
think
like
this.
multiple SD cards.
Yeah, they do add up. I think the community will reimburse you, brother.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about like it. Yeah, I'm just talking about like literally, I have to make sure that there's enough money here while I'm gone for all the bills that are here, and then
Yeah,
my family straight. And
bills, bills don't stop.
like one of my accounts literally got hit. So I spent all this money on my account, got hit at the bill, and it's like negative a couple accounts, but pretty crazy. Yeah, it was all good though. I mean, it just it is kind of frustrating because I didn't you know, I'm like the only one that didn't really ask for money, like a GoFundMe. I guess McToon, McToon got like tens of thousands of dollars given to him, and
Yeah, but
it's
he
kind of annoying.
he paid with his soul,
Yeah,
telling
for sure.
telling non-truths every day. It's the price you got to pay sometimes, man. Being a truth seeker and doing things for people, but it will come back to you, man. Yeah, I'm gonna get on Kofi here in a bit. Help you out.
Well,
yeah,
thank you,
brother.
man. But no worries.
I am too. I am too. I've been kind of struggling, but a little bit. But I definitely am going to throw some money your way.
Thank you, man. I'll go ahead and tell you, like one of the things that really made this like unexpectedly worse is so Kofi goes through Stripe, and Stripe is taking 20% of everything because I guess I didn't think about how I let it front me my monthly revenue. So like a loan. And so it's taking 20% of everything that comes in as it pays it back. And so like anything that's going to Kofi, they're taking 20%, and they have a hold on part of it. And yeah, it's whatever. Then like my freaking and that money gets deposited into that account that's like negative right now. And then PayPal, same thing, gets deposited in that account, it's negative. So it's like very annoying. I mean, there's like Zelle goes to my other account, Zelle, and then my Cash App, and
Would it be better
So
to do Cash App for you?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
What
we
is
got
your
to skip those merchants, dude. Well, yeah, let us know what it is.
what's your cash tag?
$ Witsit gets it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just do it that way because I think you get the most money on that.
Well, thank you, brother.
No problem.
Yeah, that and then like Zelle. So it's like pops right in your account. But it's all good. I'm supposed to be doing a stream in 9 minutes. I'm clearly gonna be late, but I'll just kind of tell people because I haven't really asked. I'll just tell them super last minute, but turns out I need some money and then let the chips fall where they may, you know?
Yeah, let us know. Mark it. You got to let us know you're marked safe from what's his face.
Oh, he's not gonna keep the same energy at all. He's gonna be like super nervous and like try to be really nice and fake and stuff.
Yeah, but
I
still, that
guarantee, guarantee.
it won't be good to be around him, man. He's not of the Lord, you know.
That's correct.
So be safe, man. Much love, much respect for doing this.
Yeah, much love, brother.
I just sent that to you.
Thank you, man.
What I got, that's all I can right now, but I will definitely get some more to you, man. I really appreciate what you're doing. I
No, you're good, brother.
really appreciate what you said the other day on uh, Fridays when it's a win for us no matter what. Totally agree.
I know it's so funny. The Globers haven't seen it yet, and I haven't really said anything because I'm like, it's like just let them. It's just it's better. They don't even really know. It's just funny. I've started saying something the last few days because it doesn't matter now, but it's just funny. Like they're looking at it like this huge. It's going to be this huge win for the Globers, and it's going to humiliate Flat Earthers. It's like, dude, you guys claim that the sunsets are a huge win for you. You claim that the star trails prove the Earth's a globe, and you claim that the sunset proves the Earth's a globe, and you claim that there's been a 24-hour sun and it proves the Earth's a globe the whole time. Like what? Like everyone's just gonna. It's like no one's gonna care. Like you think like this is gonna suddenly become different? Like I just think it's funny they don't see that. So yeah,
Yeah, I
but there
started
are
look.
like
The way I look
20
at it,
scenarios that are wins for us.
the enemy's always trying to thwart y'all's plan. She's gonna try to dissuade you, try to get you off your path. Just go, dude. There's always gonna be haters, backstabbers. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, this one observation doesn't prove or disprove the globe, really. Or,
Yeah, but what's funny is it's like they think that they get to tell us it does or something when it's our position, yet they're the same people that think that the sunset does it. Like what makes you think we have to take your opinion seriously? You say the sunset proves the Earth's a globe. So you obviously can't be trusted. Your judgment can't be trusted. It's trash.
It's funny. I started listening to you like in 2023 in April, and I was kind of playing catch up with your debates. So I heard that whole debate about the horizon. You know, is it the real horizon? Is it the apparent horizon? And you just I don't know who you debated on here, but it was McToon I think first, and then. But yeah, dude, they totally switched their whole position when that went down. Like Black Swan and everybody. Oh no, it's always been an apparent horizon. It's like no, dude, you did not say that before. The horizon was always the curvature until we, destroyed that with Black Swan. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if They're like, oh no, we never said that it was never going to be 24-hour sundown here or whatever. They'll say anything, dude.
Yo, if a flat earther converts into a glober, which a lot I think will, and a lot won't. Can't tell you how much, but there's already people saying if there's a 24-hour sun, I'm gonna have to rethink this, like completely rethink it, ground up. And to those people, all I gotta say is, ye of little faith, because sometimes your observations can lead you astray. You gotta be careful.
Well, it's very similar to the Southern Star Trails. So, it's like, why didn't the Southern Star Trails do it for these people? Seems weird.
Super weird. Yeah, I listened to what's his name? Flatzoid and uh fuck, what's his name? Guy sponsoring this whole trip. And he's like,
Duffy. Yeah.
yeah, Duffy's saying, I want more people to start saying you can't have a model for something that doesn't exist. All the Globers need to repeat this line. It's like they're programming each other, first of all. And that statement doesn't even hold any water. Like you can't have a model and then change the goalpost constantly when proven wrong.
What
You
does
know?
that mean? He's saying he wants people to say you can't have a model for something that doesn't exist. What does that mean? What is he talking
So
about?
he's saying that flat Earth doesn't have a model because you can't have a model for something that doesn't exist. He
Oh,
wants to
so
like,
he's going like full blown, like he knows for a fact it's a globe now.
yeah. According, I mean, from that debate, what I heard, um, full blown, he's he's a glober, and flat Earth is ridiculous.
Word. I mean, we all knew that. It's just he was kind of playing the game. But look,
Yeah.
man. Um, yeah. So it's like it was really easy to tell this, right? So he was acting like he didn't know much about McToon, and I was like, I gotta be honest with you, man. It says a lot about you. Like when he was trying to convince me to do it, I'm like, I'll definitely consider doing it, but I'll just let you know as it pertains to you, it says a lot about you that you're like cool with McToon and like promoting him and stuff like that, and teaming up with them and kind of lying about how you're teamed up with them because that dude is like a pathological liar, and you claim to be a preacher. And he was like, "What? I've heard people say that, but I've never heard anyone point out one time that McToon has lied." I'm like, okay. And then
I
I
don't.
gave him like 10 specific examples with receipts. And he's like, oh, I didn't know about any of this. I'll have to look into it. And of course, he never did. And every time someone points out and presses him about how McToon's such a liar, he just says, I don't really listen to him. I don't really know about that or whatever. And the truth
You don't
is
know
that he
him. You
watches
don't know.
McToon. Well, the truth is, in my opinion, that he watches McToon and he likes what he does. He likes what he says. Yeah, you don't ask as a preacher, you don't ask someone to come to your church and preach to your congregation, and you don't even watch him at all or know anything about it.
Yeah,
That's not how that works.
yeah,
Yo, that
that's
preacher's been around for years, dude, scheming against flat earth. Like Tor earlier was
Damn it.
saying he was on Kingdom in Contact show, bro, scheming around. What are
Yeah,
the
but that was
chances
like
he
obviously
happens to go on a trip with you?
that was after. I mean, that was like right at the time of the trip, and he just hadn't quite announced it yet and stuff like that.
Yo, I heard something about his father or somebody he used to work for was a geocentrist or also a flat earther. You ever heard anything like that?
Bob,
That
Bob
there
Inyard,
might be like some
Bob
back.
Bob Inyard is the guy that used to be the preacher at that church. He took over, and he was a geocentrist. Yeah.
You don't think there's some emotional trauma there?
Oh, no. Yeah, I don't know. I just know he's super deceptive, and people seem to fall for it because he's able to just act all innocent and nice. And it's like I have really good intuition when it comes to reading people, but that's for them to figure out, I guess. I'll just sorry about that. I'll just tell them what it is,
Now
and
you're
then
right.
they'll move on. It's like I did the same thing with the Jesse guy. Try to tell people that he does this thing where he tries to act like he's being all like really gentle and nice and innocent, and that works on people, man. So I'm like, I told you, I'm letting you know, he is like
Snake in the grass.
extremely calculated in how deceptive he is. He is a pathological liar. Okay, and like I'm not just saying that, but it's like whatever, to each their own. And I had a few people even like Beasticles and Alan and Shane. They're like, "Oh, I don't think he's that bad, I think he truly believes what he's saying." So and then they said, so I said, okay, fine, I'll engage with them to show you. And they sat in and listened to me talk to him for 2 hours about Mickelson Morley, and then proved it. I made him prove it, right? For he to stop responding and all that. They started lying in front of everyone. So, and I only brought that up, not to, I guess I'm not even here, but the point is, like, I can just tell, and um, everyone can tell from the tune, but not really Duffy, I guess.
I was
I knew
my only
instantly.
point is that I think that he's actually legit like a glober. Like he doesn't think the Earth is flat, and he is emotionally invested in this to try to disprove flat Earth. Like he really is on a mission.
Oh yeah, he said that
But
Yeah, for sure.
in the debate. He had said um, his friend came to him and said she thought the or the Earth may be flat, and so he's like, I have to make it my mission. And Flatzoid even was like, if people believed in Bigfoot or Godzilla or whatever, would you have that same energy? He's like, yeah, they. No one I know has come to me and no one I personally know has voiced that to me. So that's why I have to prove that the Earth is a globe. He's like, I have to make it my life's mission. But then he never addresses like the allegations of fraud, his history of being a financial advisor or whatever. He never he never like addresses that or how he was able to fund this with those allegations happening. It's super weird and intuition. My intuition is, holding a bunch of red flags.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I think it's pretty, okay, it's just very obvious. The situation's pretty obvious, but, you know, if you haven't noticed, the creator's in control, and this is someone claiming to speak on his behalf. Okay, so I think a lot of people have overlooked that detail. Now, I know some people maybe don't believe in the Bible or whatever, but almost everyone believes in the creator in here, I would imagine, but applies to both, but certainly if you believe in the Bible, you really understand the severity of this because it's said in the Bible. He claims to speak on behalf of the Bible. He claims to speak on behalf of the Creator. He's a preacher. Uh
Did
huh.
you did you hear what Rakia said that he was watching one of his vid? I think it was last Sunday or something. I don't know. Take watching one of his videos. I think it was live or some shit. But he was saying that it's okay to lie in good faith.
Yeah, yeah. But this is think about this though. Regardless of if the Earth is a globe or flat, let's just set that aside for a second. If there's a preacher that's claiming to speak on behalf of the Creator, and they're teaming up and colluding with Muktoon, like, do you think the Creator is on their team?
No, of course not.
There is no way that a Creator would be on the team of Muktoon, bro.
no, I brought this up yesterday actually, bro. I was talking about it. We're dealing
They're going
with
against the Creator.
there's a lot of like internal drama too, like between his church probably and the fact that you represent also like, dude, we're considered like Hebrew roots, like me, you, Tor. So like, you got a Hebrew roots guy going against a Protestant, like Southern Baptist, whatever he is, Duffy, to go prove each other's worldviews. Big deal, dude.
Yeah, so it's like, I've known the whole time that the creator is obviously on my side, like has my back. Obviously, like I don't say it a lot because the Globers will gaslight me and call me crazy and all this. If you know, it's just that's a dim thing. Because again, it's not even about flat Earth. It's like Mattoon has objectively slandered me for years. I've reached out to him in private and pointed out that what he's saying is slander. He knows it is. He keeps doing it anyway. And then he just says, "Oh well, it was just a joke." Or he says, "Okay, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Let's move on." He knows what he's doing. He's done it for years. So we're talking about slandering someone, talking about someone's wife, talking about someone's children, asking people to dox someone, talking about go find out what business he has so you can ruin it. Like just everything you can do. We're talking about just crazy stuff and like obsessively say, "Oh, I'm gonna put a pause on the drama with Austin." Proceeds to make endless hit pieces. Go watch his last video. Just listen to the first 5 minutes. He's just demonic. The way that he talks about flat earthers, just demonic, bro. And only an atheist can really sit there and they wouldn't care about that, right? Because they don't even think about the creator. Or someone that's also dealing with some like demonic thing. That's my. I know that the creator is like about to use me for a few things. He uses everyone in their own ways, their own times, and like I said, I'm randomly getting contacted about big opportunities that have nothing to do with flat Earth, have nothing to do with this trip. It's not randomly; it's synchronistic because the creator's doing it, and so it's very cool. It's very exciting because I have no idea how it's going to work out. I thought I was going to be on. I feel like I should go ahead and say it. Maybe I thought I was going to be on Candace Owens before the trip. We were originally supposed to, it was scheduled for Wednesday, and Mattoon was supposed to debate against me on Candace Owens. And
Well,
yeah, that was at it's supposed to be 10 in the morning Wednesday. Candace got sick and she lost her voice. And she really did get sick, right? So I think that's the crater. So now it was tentative, see if we could get it done for the trip, and it couldn't really work out. So it's like, okay, like tentatively beginning of the year after the trip to kind of discuss the trip. That's even better. That's even better. And that's because the creator did that. And this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't think people understand the magnitude of what's going on. Like, dude, it's the creator. The creator's doing something. So, it
Wow. Yeah, that's deep, dude.
doesn't
Amazing.
really matter what the sun does, right? Like, it's like the creator's doing something. We don't even know what it is. Then I get contacted by someone else to be in a documentary that's going to be really big just because they saw my uh, fluoride debate, and I'm like the only guy in the documentary that's not an attorney or doctor. Well, and they didn't even know about the Antarctica trip. So what's up with that? Because the creator's just doing it, right? Like the creator's just like putting these pieces together and wants me to say something, something that I say he wants to reveal to certain people, and he's just kind of moving stuff around, and so it's just pretty cool. It's like very exciting. I go through these waves. It's like off season, and then you're back in the season, and so now I get to kind of just watch what he does. That's how I view it.
Dude, if you were able to get tune on Candace Owens, there's no way she's gonna let him, you know, do what he always does, which is the tricks and all the shady shit that Globers always do. There's no way she's gonna let him get away with that.
Well, yeah, it's like it
But
only goes good for us.
I was just gonna say, Candace has a good amount of Christian viewers, so maybe you'll be able to push them, over to our side.
Mhm. And it's against McToon. Like he is amazing at pushing honest people away from heliocentric globe model. Like he's incredible. We should effectively look at him as an employee we don't have to pay.
yeah, he certainly helped push me away from it whenever I started watching the debates about 9 months ago.
Yeah, man.
Just
There's
watch.
obviously there's like a group of like borderline narcissistic but sadistic atheists, um, like that. Who, yeah, they like my tune. Of course they do. Who cares? You know what I'm saying?
What was the last thing you said?
There's like a group of narcissistic, sadistic atheists that love his channel, but of course they do, and who cares? Just go
Yeah.
read his chat. It is literally demonic. Go
Okay.
read McTuner's live chat. It's
I'm
insane.
yeah, I'm scared to do that. You
It is insane.
just go to his YouTube live stream, and you can just read it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like watch him like cover something about me or whatever. Like I haven't done this in a long time. I just know it's always the same. And I called him out for him one time. I'm like, don't you claim to believe in the Bible? I'm like, okay, read your chat right now. Like, don't you think something's not adding up? Why would your chat, why would the people that follow you, why would it be 99% insanely demonic and
Hold up.
just evil?
He claims to believe in the Bible.
Yeah, oh yeah.
What? But the last debate I saw him in, the guy said like God bless or something, and he goes, "I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear about your God. Your God fails," or something like that.
You know, but he's basically just what he's trying to do is say like that guy is dishonest or whatever, and so he doesn't care about his God, right? That's what he's trying to say. Right, because he doesn't runs a narrative that he's like a Christian when he says this, but the Bible's not a science book and blah 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 blah. So the Bible's true, but the Earth is 5 billion years old. We came from monkeys. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, I do not get those vibes from him at all.
Of course not. He lies and slanders people, bro. It says, "Thou shalt not bear false witness."
Crazy.
You will know them by their fruits. But my point is, if you just go read his chat, that's all you need to know. My point is that, like, the group of people that will act like that will say those things, I mean, just unhinged, insane, bro. Like, dude, that's not our target audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's wild. Man, I wish Bitcoin would have blew up a lot sooner, man. I could have funded my own way and tried to be like a bodyguard, but I wouldn't even be able to bring weapons on this trip anyway. So
Creator's my bodyguard, brother.
there you go. You're safe.
Yeah.
You're
I'm trying
blessed.
to tell you guys that the creator is doing something, bro.
Yeah, he's going to show you something great.
I mean, regardless of what I see, right? It's all being used. He's using all of it. It's just pretty cool. We should just enjoy the show.
Yeah, definitely great times, man. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. It's like a movie. I'm just kind of watching it. I'm just like one of the like characters that it's you know what I'm saying? So like I am kind of the whole like all at once money thing is his trip. Um, but it's all good.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Austin, the FED people mostly. I'm mostly talking about QE, of course. He's supposedly a God-fearing person. Yeah, he's said probably worse things about it than Tuna, I would imagine. So,
Yeah, they're I mean neck and neck. And
but anyway, so you set off on your trip then?
I leave this afternoon at 5.
Oh, okay, nice. Will
And
you
then
be
like
able?
3 minutes, I'm gonna jump in the shower and I'm gonna try to do a really quick, like 20-30 minute live stream. Then I'm gonna
Nice.
try to quickly make sure finish packing and make sure I get under the weight limit. Then have to take back my rental car because my car freaking messed up like 10 days ago or whatever. And then yeah, we'll be on the flight to Atlanta, then um a short layover, and then like a 45-minute layover, then a freaking 10-hour flight to Santiago, and then we go to Porto something, and then Punta Arenas. And then you can go to the-final-experiment.com and watch the whole thing. What'll be really
Oh,
cool is if someone that's kind of good with tech and stuff could just kind of do the same thing, but even put it, even though we don't necessarily claim the FE map, like put it on an FE map or something and call it like the first expedition, the first endeavor, the first examination, the first whatever. and you could watch it there with a different domain. That would be fire if someone would do that. But I mean, it doesn't matter, obviously.
Can you do a live stream when you're there, or is that not possible?
Well, allegedly, we're gonna have Starlink, and they're supposed to try to make it work.
Okay, that'd be cool.
And then South America, I should be able to do live streams. And then I'll be like kind of vlogging the whole thing with a GoPro. So I'll definitely have like a dope little inside view behind the scenes when I get back. And there may be a really cool documentary. I swear, I think the creator's totally doing something. It's gonna be really cool. I'll just stay tuned.
Yeah, it'd be so rad if the sun set and then McToon and FTFE had to change their names, fight
It
fight
doesn't
the
even have to set. Like, think about it. Like, if the elevation angle is wrong, if the temperature's changing, like, there are so many things that can't happen on the globe. And so I'm bringing a thermal imaging gun. So the temperature's supposed to stay the same. The sun's supposed to just be right there, moving in a circle around you. That's what they claim. They claim the temperature stays the same because the sun just keeps, it's always there, just moving around.
Did they claim that they would totally ditch the globe if something like that happened, or was it
No,
specifically if
just
the
if it's
sun set?
set. If it's
Yeah.
set.
So
Yeah, but
yeah, I'm thinking, man, the possibility of that happening and how awesome this timeline has been thus far.
like
It's,
even if it does, even if there's a 24-hour sun, it's like still good for flat Earth because now we know there is one and we didn't previously know. It's good to know that. The point, and then the only documentary that can come out of it is from a flat earther, and the flat earthers have final cut. We have final edit rights, so they can't put us in anything unless. But if he's genuinely a flat earther, he's going to want to actually let people hear the true flat earther's position, what they actually think. And then if he does that, and we watch it, and it's legit, then we'll be like, yeah. And now we're talking about a huge documentary that all the Globers that were going to be so hilarious, we're going to humiliate the flat earthers. All of a sudden, if it actually did say get millions of views, millions of people are seeing a well edited, high quality documentary with flat earthers giving their real position, really speaking the truth that they have only benefited from the suppression of, right? Like the truth about NASA being started by literal Satanists, the truth about geocentrism, the truth about like the falsifications of the curvature claimed, like the real position, how the 24-hour sun doesn't prove that the Earth's a globe. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Um,
it's a win-win if you look
Dude,
at it
it's
the way
so
that's it.
funny. That's what I'm trying to say. The
That's
creator is doing it,
so
bro.
cool.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Think about that. They're so excited and all amped up and like been preemptively taking these victory laps and mocking and ridiculing flat earthers and think about it.
And
It's
I
like, what? I mean, good luck. Do you guys just spent collectively $500,000 to give us the most publicity that we've ever had? Thank you.
Witsit, and I personally think the sun not setting, it's more of a win for the flat Earth because you're gonna have a lot of people trying to stand up and come debate us. Like, well, there's a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. You can't explain that. Just like the Lake Pontchartrain thing, and all of a sudden, it's refraction. you know.
So like they'll try to they'll breathe more life into it and push it forward more, right? If the sun's
Yep,
set, they would just
exactly.
instantly try to suppress it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's awesome, bro. That's why I've been trying to tell flat earthers, like, bro, can you just calm down, be patient, like, dude, just kind of trust me, maybe really think about everything, blah blah. 'Cause I didn't want to fully lay everything out. I didn't want to even jeopardize it happening. They were running this narrative. I was looking for any excuse to get out of it. In reality, I was doing everything I possibly could to make it happen to the point that it's cost me lots of money. And I'm trying to be very tactical what I do or do not say, so that they don't somehow cancel it or back out or replace me or whatever.
Muad'Dib. Muad'Dib.
Like, thank you guys. All right, I'm gonna jump in the shower now and do a live stream. I'll come back in and chat with you guys.
Real quick, if there's a 24-hour sun, can you just put it on the same ceiling fan the stars are on? And then it's all good, right? It'll work.
Is that like a dude? What's been up with you last few weeks? You good, brother?
No, I'm saying like if as a way to explain it, you could just put it on the ceiling fan, right?
You're being sarcastic.
Can we explain this to stars with a ceiling fan?
If it was like the world's biggest ceiling fan, and it was so big that when you tried to look towards the end of it, it dropped down towards the horizon. Yeah,
So we could just put it on the ceiling fan. The stars are on it, and it's all good.
no, it's slightly different.
Why? It's doing the same thing, no?
No, no, the stars and the sun don't do the same thing.
No, they're doing
I
the
will
same kind of
say,
movement. They're doing the same
I
movement.
You got to actually want to understand this to understand it.
what well, I will say I do actually have I have been presented with a very interesting explanation, actually two of them, and we'll just save that because I don't know if that is for sure a phenomenon that needs to be explained. Um, so
I
yeah,
would like to know them whenever you have a chance. And
yeah.
well, are you?
Our son.
I want to hear more about the ceiling fan. What's that all about, Jeremy?
No, if you can explain the stars with a ceiling fan, you can explain the sun with it. You could just put this, have the sun cycling through the ceiling fan, the same thing the stars are doing. They'd be doing the same shit.
Anyways, good luck with it. I hope you have a safe trip, man. I hope everything goes well for you.
Thank you, brother.
Are you going to take some footages in the airplane? Like when you will
What's
be
that?
flying over Antarctica?
Say again.
I think my microphone is broken again. I was asking, will you take some footages when you will be flying on the airplane, like of
Yes.
Antarctica from the bird eye view?
Yeah, we should have three different cameras doing that. One of them will be infrared.
Amazing.
Be cool if you got to talk to some of the pilots as well, if they
So
know what this whole trip is about and everything.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, see if they even know what it's about, because that'll tell, like, give a picture on how big this will be, and then see what their thoughts and their outlook is.
Well, yeah, just to get this, just hear what they have to say in general, right? If they've flown this a few times, like, what have they seen? What do they think? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that'd be huge.
These are exciting times.
So I
Did
was
you
looking
hear
at Stellarium yesterday, to see Punta de Arenas. Like what time sun starts, sun sets, because since it's lower towards the horizon, it should set a different time, right? And rise a different time. Supposedly, it has the sun rising close to 1 a.m. in the morning, but when I look at time and date, it says it rises around 5:45. What gives? Is Stellarium wrong or time and date wrong?
Did you plug in the same day?
Yes. I went there for today and tomorrow because that's when Witsit going to be there. And I was telling him that it was supposedly going to the sun will start rising at 1 a.m. in the morning. But when I looked at time and date to confirm this says 5:45 a.m. for December 10th and 11th. 11th and 10th and 11th. Yeah, 10th and 11th. Matter of fact, Solarium gives you all of December.
I'm curious. So, Jeremy, are you of the opinion that I'm in that there's no way that there could be a sun circling there and also be in another place? That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from you? Is that what you're saying? Because I'll say it straight out, bro.
What's that?
Well, are you under the opinion that there's no way for the sun to circle around the South Pole and be somewhere else at the same time? Like, in other words, the AE map is dead?
No, I was just thinking of ways to explain it if it's there.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, sorry, I kind of jumped too. I thought you were like being sarcastic, taking a shot at me or whatever. But yo, SE, I have a question for you. If I was able to show you a physical demonstration where someone took the AE map and moved a physical light over the top of it in a circle, but over on the edge, someone saw the sun go the opposite direction in a circle around them. If you saw it physically demonstrated, then you would obviously you would change your position that it's impossible, right?
Why don't, if he's not going to answer that, I don't think you
I
can explain
missed
the
that, bro.
stars.
I'm sorry. Somebody was at the door. I completely missed that, bro.
If I was able to show you a physical demonstration of an AE map and they had a little light over it, held a light over it and moved it in a circle over the AE map, but over on the outside, you see the light go the opposite direction and do a circle, even though the actual light source is moving in the big circle. If you saw it physically demonstrated, then you would change your position as impossible, right?
Got crickets, Ceci. What's going on?
All right, I got to jump in the shower.
No, I got it. I got it, bro. I hear you, bro. I would, for me to think that like something could be in one location doing something and be in another location, I find that hard to believe, bro. That's all I'm saying.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that there's only one location of the actual light source, but that you see an apparent light source moving in a little mini circle on the outside.
Oh yeah, look, if you can show me that, yeah, of course. Like I said, I'm not thick-headed. I would say yeah, it's possible for sure.
Cool, cool. All right, I got to jump in the shower.
All right.
Yeah, elliptical geometries, guys. Elliptical geometries are the future of a flat Earth with a 24-hour Antarctic sun. Elliptical geometries represent different kinds of refractive patterns and mirrorings that allow for different interpretation.
Yeah. Oval. Yeah. Oh, man, this is good. This is exciting times. This is going to be big, bro. Look, what Witsit just said, right? Just one interview with Candace Owen, right? Just one interview, man. That will be more than the exposure than just about anybody has done. So I think this is a good thing either way. Uh, Publicity, whether it's good or bad, there's no such thing as bad publicity. So this is good, man.
For what Witsit is trying to describe, if the sun was, how he explained it, the light source is like in the center of a AE map, and he's moving the light source, and he's saying it's making another what appears to be a sun, near the 80th parallel where they would be, right? Well, if it's doing that, you'd be able to tell the difference if that was the real sun or an apparent sun. And another thing is that apparent light source is is doing that 24 hours, right? It's not like deviating. Plus, one more thing, not just scattergun or shotgun, uh, but the dynamic or the AE model. I think there's also a like a glass dome over that demonstration. So you'd have to show the glass dome, um, in reality, like as the observation too. Like, are they going to go find the dome when they go to Antarctica? I doubt it. That's all I got. Thanks, guys.
See, there's a lot of talk I heard out there. People saying, "Oh, we're gonna have Witsit represent the flat Earth. He doesn't represent it correct," and blah blah blah. Yeah, well, if there's 100 people in flat Earth, there's 100 ideas. Everybody has their different ideas, right? It doesn't matter what Witsit says, right? He could say there's pink elephants in the air, right? It doesn't matter. People have to understand that. It's the exposure that matters, right? It doesn't matter if it's Witsit, me, it doesn't matter who it is, right? It's the audience, it's the message that has to get out. And she has what, 2 million viewers, something like that?
Yeah.
And she's with all the top podcasters, right? Now podcasting is taking over everything. CNN, Fox, those things are dinosaurs, they're dying. Joe Rogan has more viewers than all of these combined. So this is the future, guys. It's awesome.
Did no one hear what was just completely wrong with everything that guy said? Yeah, well, I'll just point it out. So, first thing he said was, "You would be able to tell the difference in the apparent one," and then he just moved on. Like he just said that, but that's not true, right? If you're actually seeing the sun, please don't interrupt me. Please don't interrupt me. Please don't interrupt me. I didn't interrupt you.
Well, don't misrepresent me.
Hey, please don't interrupt me.
Yeah,
I
you'll
didn't
go
interrupt
next,
you.
bro. You'll get a chance to respond to Witsit. Hold on.
Okay, I just quoted you verbatim. You said, well, first of all, if that was the case, you'd be able to tell a difference in the real one and the apparent one. Okay, verbatim what you said. But no, because you would be seeing the real one, but in an apparent location. So you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Okay, then secondly, you said, and if you have to use like a glass dome for that, then what you're gonna have to prove that, or you're gonna go out there and find the dome. No, this would be a demonstration to rebut the claim of impossibility. It would simply be a proof of concepts. And we also know that, of course, the physical antecedent of the gas pressure is physical containment. So, I mean, it isn't about like going and grabbing the dome. That's like an insane standard when we can't privately explore. It's people saying that that is impossible on a flat Earth. If you did a literal physical demonstration showing it to do exactly what we see, and the last thing you said was it had to do it for 24 hours, that's correct. Because if the sun was out far enough towards the edge, as it did its circle, if all the people all along the edge were seeing an apparent position moving around them the whole time, then yeah, that would be 24 hours, right? Because the sun doesn't ever disappear. So if we get to where the despair response is, well, did you go prove that glass dome is there? We win, So okay, go ahead.
Yeah, but if you're trying to demonstrate something and you're using like an object, let's say for the glass dome, but then you try and say, well, this is what's happening on the Earth, but yet you don't have any evidence of the dome, aren't you like adding something or not equating it and it just being a false demonstration or false representation of what you're demonstrating?
Okay, no. Okay, so for one, I didn't say this is what's definitively happening on the Earth. I specifically said it would be a demonstration that's presented as a rebuttal to the claim of impossibility, that it's impossible. It would be refuting that claim. It obviously isn't impossible. Here's one way that it can be physically demonstrated. It isn't a definitive claim that that's what's happening. It is a proof of concept rebutting the claim that it's impossible. And again, there is evidence that supports a dome, more specifically a container, right? And it's the second law of thermodynamics. The necessary antecedent to gas pressure is physical containment, right? And so, pretty simple.
All we gotta do is find the dome, bro. That's it.
Okay, so you're not. I don't feel like you're operating in good faith, my
Yeah.
man.
We'll go find
You
the dome,
understand
bro. That's it.
antecedent. You
I'm in
understand?
good faith. I get the antecedent. I get his argument. I get the ability, uh,
Go find that cow you just
or
ate.
the argument against impossibility. I get all that. But then, all right. So we got to this point. So we don't just throw it all away and say, "Oh, we're done." You say, "All right, now let's go find the fucking dome."
Yeah, how are you gonna do
Well,
that?
why are you going to check everything off and then be like, we don't
Yeah,
need to
how
see
are
the
you
dome. We got
going to
everything else."
do that, God White? Or Good White, sorry.
Oh, oh. He already went as far as to prove an argument against impossibility. So
No, no, no,
why are
no,
you
no,
gonna
no,
make
no. I'm asking
the
you,
dome
how would you
impossible?
do that? I'm not asking you what he just did. I'm asking you, how would you do that?
How? Okay, I'd try very hard first of all. I wouldn't just
Try
say,
very hard. That's very vague.
well, I'd go to a region where it would be there, right?
What region is that?
The sky.
How far in the sky?
Well, I don't know, man. I'd try and go as
Rakia,
far
you're
as I
kind of
could
hot micing.
go.
Yeah, so
Well,
so
how
you
high
don't
in the
know
sky
where
does
to
he have to
find it,
go to
right?
reach your dome? Well, can you point him? Like, what's the elevation that this dome's at?
It's not my claim, dude. I'm not the
I'm
one
not
claiming a
asking you.
dome. Dude.
I'm not asking
Your
you, good
guys'
light.
claim.
I'm not asking you. I'm on your side. I think we should go find the dome, and I think flying in the sky is a good way to do it. Because I
Well,
mean,
you just go find
you
the
can
core of
see
the Earth.
past it. Well, that's. I mean, we can go to that, but that just
Okay,
be.
okay. Yeah? When have you gone there?
No. The point is, why would we?
Oh,
Why
wait,
are
wait,
you
wait. But
red
you have a
herring the?
core claim.
So the point being, how high up is this dome? Let's not go to
So
another
how
You
deep
don't
topic.
is
know.
that core?
Are you going to lily pad to something else now? How about let's
Yeah,
stick to the
no, it's the
dome?
same shit.
No, thank you. How high up is this dome? We don't need to go to the center of the
Yes,
earth
thank
unless you're
you.
afraid to talk
Yes,
about the
thank you.
dome.
Wait, let's just chill.
No,
Let's just
thank
chill.
you.
Demon Stride, do you not actually see why it's the same? It's the same thing.
No, I'm just trying to further this conversation because it's a good answer. Yeah, go to the sky. If the dome's in the sky, question being, how high up is the dome? Has anyone got an
That wasn't
answer?
a good answer.
Cool if you
He got
don't.
directly refuted with everything he said, and he just completely ignored all of it. He literally ignored all of it. He
How high
falsely
up can I
claimed
find the
that there
dome?
was no difference in the apparent, directly rebutted it. He ignored it. He said it has happened for 24 hours. Yeah, that's what I just explained. He ignored it. And then he said you have to prove the container. I'm like, no, dude,
Come
okay,
on,
dude.
bro.
You always have to censor people, bro. That's what you guys have to do, right? And I said, no, it's not even a definitive claim. It's not even a definitive claim. It is a proof of concept, right? The physical demonstration is presented as a refutation of the claim that it's impossible. Okay, that would of course be a refutation if you physically demonstrated that it is in fact possible. Here's one of the ways that it could happen, and you keep saying you need to prove your claim. No, I'm not even claiming it definitively. I said there is of course evidence that there is a container, and I said what it was, and then you're like, well, you need to go to it. How high is it? It's like what the but you won't keep that same energy for your model where you are making definitive claims. So I'm not making a definitive claim. You do make a definitive claim, but you can't go to it. Hey, can you go to it? Can you please go and touch it and tell us where it is? Can you please prove it? Can you go to it? So
No,
actually,
we
your
don't.
position is 10
Well,
times weaker than mine. Thank you.
No, we
all
don't.
right.
We don't
Well,
need. You don't need to go to the dome. We just need
I'm just
information
asking you
about
though.
it. We need definitive information about it. Where is it?
Okay, give
Because
me
we know
definitive.
where we know where the center of the Earth is. We know where it is.
How do we know
Yeah, you
that?
can measure it because you can measure it with tools. Can you measure what the dome is with tools, and what are those tools?
You can measure the
Yeah,
center of the
yeah,
earth.
P waves and yeah,
We can measure the
was it P,
diameter of
P
the
Are
and
Earth.
F waves?
The
Yeah.
P waves actually show major discrepancies where they had to change the entire layers of the Earth, and then the distribution of the layers of the Earth are inconsistent. They have to fluctuate the densities consistently because they actually don't match the predicted value.
Well,
That's a
like
fun
I said,
claim.
we know where it is. Now, just tell us where the dome is, Because we know where the center of the Earth
You
is.
don't know jack
We don't have
shit.
to get into composition of the center of the Earth, just where it is.
Hey, do
You
you
don't know.
remember me
You don't know
saying that
shit.
I
You
wasn't
guys
making
run
a
around going,
definitive
"We
claim?
know, we
Hey,
know." Hold on a second.
sorry.
You guys don't know shit. You run around going, "We know this, we know that." You don't fucking know. You never been
We
there.
got a
You
good
never
idea where
touched
the
it.
center of the Earth is. No, we got a
You have
good
So
no
idea
you
where
have
the
idea
to
where
center
go
of
the
the
there?
center
Earth
of the
is.
earth is.
Yeah. Where's your good idea where the dome is?
Last time we measured it was with Operation Dominic with nuclear weapons. It was the last joint exercise of nuclear weapons of U.S. and Russia. That was the last time we measured it.
And
No,
not only
actually,
that, they
P and
claim
F
they
waves.
created another radiation band. So,
Yeah, P waves and shit. Those are measured every day. I don't know what you're talking about.
buddy, you haven't measured anything. You've only been down 7.8 miles. You got it all wrong. Now, for you to
No, you're
want
so
somebody to
when we
say
talk
what's up
about
there, I mean, you guys are just comical. I mean, seriously.
so SE when we talk about being able to measure it with P and F waves. Okay, what waves were measured on the dome? Like what? Like we actually have some bit of data. Whether you want to agree that we're not going there or not, we actually have data that something is down there, and we can point to it. And
Something is
we can
Well,
push.
down
yeah, but
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
that goes that
What data do you have
Let me
for the
answer.
sky dome that you can point to?
Okay. Do you understand an antecedent relationship, right?
I
Something
keep
that
asking
has to
a
be
simple
in
fucking
order.
question. Just try answering the simple question. Any one of you flat earthers, you should be able to do.
Listen, buddy, nobody knows how high the dome is. Nobody knows if there's a dome. Nobody knows this, right? Just like you guys don't know. But it's an antecedent relationship. You can't have gas pressure right next to a vacuum that is not contained, bro. Understand that.
Well, okay. We can step it back 7 years. Like the argument about gravity and whatever, creating a container, you don't need a dome. This is the dumb argument. All right.
It's not dumb.
If you
It's
need, okay,
physics.
if you need to point to us and say, well, look, you don't have an answer either to make yourself feel better, I guess, but that ain't proving your point.
But do you have an answer? You don't.
Yeah, I do actually. So we actually have data we can point to that shows you how deep the core is. All these things. What kind of data do you have that's even close for the
Buddy, I
dome?
can discuss with you this if you like, and I can show you that you're wrong. You don't
Well, you
have the
should have done
data.
that instead of telling me antecedent bullshit. All right, actually tell me
Listen,
something, a data for. Fuck it, whatever. You're just gonna interrupt me every time.
I
He's
think you
gonna
interrupted me,
interrupt.
but go ahead.
You
Go ahead,
see,
let finish.
you're just a joke. This is a script. It's the same thing. They interrupt. And when you clip them
Rakia,
once,
your mic is muffled, bro. You're coming in really low.
don't let this guy troll. This is boring and a waste of time. Not what this channel is about anymore.
I
There
hear
you
you.
go,
I hear you.
Rakia.
But
Gatekeep
people,
me. I got.
no one's gonna mute you. People need to hear what you guys think, man, because you think you know what's at 4,000 feet down. Meanwhile, I can prove to you at 7.8 miles down, they got it mostly wrong. Now you want us to tell you what's up there? Seriously? I mean, come
well,
on, man. How do you figure
You're not
that's
even gonna let
reasonable?
me. You're not even gonna let me tell you it's wrong. You're not even gonna attempt to give me some data because you're so afraid of being told you're wrong.
Just
What
keep track
data
of how
can
many
I give
times
you,
these guys
brother?
go. Oh, I thought you were done. You're not done. Go ahead.
and again,
I'm going next.
composition.
I'm going next, dude. I said, oh, I might have interrupted someone. Let them finish so I could go next, not you. Obviously. You guys know where the center of Earth is. You don't know how to have a conversation.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
I'm good, man. This shit's boring. This is what's wrong with me. Witsit this shit right here. Between this, a couple other things, these guys run around going, we know all the time. They don't know shit.
Is that what I said? I said we got good data. We have something we could actually point to. And I'm asking, where's your good data and something you can point to? And you just fucking come off like an asshole. Blah blah blah. Yeah,
That's what
go
Yo,
take a
Shoebill
chill
break.
came
out,
out.
bro.
Step aside, Jeremy.
Shoebill came out with we know. Yeah. I'm not
We know
talking
the
to you, dude. You're a
location.
waste of time. Go stream a 10-hour fire log.
We know the location. We don't need to. But
Thanks for
composition
watching
is.
the YouTube, Jeremy. Did you at least give me a thumbs up, you fucking asshole?
Why is he allowed to
Yo,
do that?
dude,
Go ahead,
you want to get,
Jeremy.
you're going to get muted or timed out. Don't do that
You're
again, bro. This is your
already
final warning.
the
He
rooms are
literally told me
boring.
to just go stream a firelight. He's gatekeeping me, telling me to leave the conversation. So I'm gonna tell him he's being an asshole.
He's
You're
not
not a
telling you to leave, bro.
conversation.
He's telling you he doesn't want to talk to people like you anymore because he's fed up. That's what he said.
You are kind of being intolerable, Demon Strike. Gotta
Yeah.
admit.
Riggs, I don't
Shoebill,
give a shit what you say, man.
what was Shoebill's question? Because this
He's
guy's
still being
retarded.
intolerable.
Shoebill,
Hey. Everybody, calm down.
what was your statement, Shoebill? We know where the center of the Earth is. Well,
Yeah,
we know where the
location.
dome is.
Yeah,
Yeah, we know
location.
where. Okay, let me answer that. We know where the location of the dome is above you. We don't know what it's made of exactly. We don't know exactly how high. Just like you don't. You don't know what the center of the Earth is made of. If there is, you don't even know if there is a center.
Well, and that's exactly what I said. Composition is a different argument. Where it is, it's exactly halfway between the North Pole and the South Pole.
If there is a North and South Pole, we know exactly where the dome is above you.
I can't even
Damn.
hear him.
Yeah,
Hey,
Rakia, your mic
Rakia,
is
your
really
He's saying we
bad,
know.
bro.
He's saying he knows exactly
mic's
where the dome
swimming.
is. It's above you, and then all I said was, okay, how high? And if you know it to be that, if you know it, Rakia, how do you know it?
Wait, he just dropped. He's probably going to come in. Give him a second.
You guys, I got
Dun, dun,
everything
dun.
wrong with the Kola borehole. 8 miles, and you think you know what's 3,900
Hey, Jeremy,
miles
at what
beneath you? What
at what
a
distance
joke!
did they
That's
start being wrong?
Hold on, guys. Let him finish, man. Come on. He's been interrupted every time you spoke, man. Go, Jeremy.
I'm bored. I'm just bored of this, dude. Go ahead, guys. It's boring. It's really boring.
Look, what Jeremy's trying to say is 7.8 miles down, right? You got it mostly wrong, guys. You can't jump on your high horse and say, I know where the center of the earth is. I know what it is. You don't, bro. You got it wrong 7.8 miles. That's
Okay,
embarrassing, bro.
so
And
so
when
what you're
you're the one
saying, what
making
you're
the
saying in
definitive
this argument
claim,
is you
we're
had
not
to
even.
literally
You're
go
the
there.
one making the
Uh
definitive
oh.
claim. We're not
Hold
even
on.
making the definitive claim about where it is, what it is, how high it is, because we know
Okay,
that we don't know. But you're making the definitive claim and can't prove it. But somehow the double standard is okay. We need to go prove the thing we're not
oh,
definitively claiming. But you don't have to prove the thing you are definitively claiming. And then we'll talk about it for another 20 minutes, and you won't acknowledge that it's
well,
just actually
well,
stupid and hypocritical.
well, hold on a second.
Yeah,
Nobody's saying.
composition notwithstanding, we know where it is.
But you don't. You think
Just
you know
by
where it is.
assuming it. By assuming it.
Okay, let me hold on a
No,
second. So
no, the
hold
South
on.
Pole is not an assumption.
Okay. So you guys, all right. So I'm just asking, do you have any data for the dome? Can you like measure it with a tool? Can you like shoot radar at it? I would take data points like that. Like I'm saying PNS ways. So those are
All right,
data points
I'm
that I
gonna
would
leave, dude.
hold up.
We're
Fuck. All
stuck. They
right,
ruin
man. Fuck
everything.
you.
Yes,
Fuck
They
you,
can't
wait.
even just
douchebag,
stop
man.
for
Fuck.
one day. They just have to be lame every day.
You sit there fucking interrupt me like that, man. Like I can't even make my point. Fuck you.
PNS waves are based off assumption as well. Sorry.
Look, it's like me telling the ballers, right? Can you show me where the? Why haven't we thought of this before, man? It's like us telling the ballers, right? Can you show me where your thing is? What's holding the Atmos back? It's the same thing. Can you show me this gravity of whatever it is you think? Can you point it to it? It's the same thing, bro. I put the challenge back to you. Show me where your container is. Go ahead. What's keeping the Atmos in the earth? Please, ballers, show it to me. Point it to me. I want to see it.
Yeah, put it in a cup.
You see how easy that is? We can do the same games, bro.
They left. So, I mean, what do you expect? They're not going to answer.
Yeah. How could you answer that?
Who left? They left. They left. You mean you think they came as a group and then left as a group while they trolled
Demon
in
Stride, the
between? It's
person he was talking
ridiculous.
to. Demon Stride left because Witsit goes, "Oh, ballers are so stupid. I'm just gonna leave, man." And then Demon Stride.
I was almost.
They're whack, bro. I say if they go down and see the sun, I say we all for a few days say, yeah, it's a globe. We give up. They all go home, and then we can carry on.
That's the best idea I heard. Yep. I'm with you, bro.
Yeah, we wouldn't have to
Seriously,
waste
bro.
all
These
this
guys are
time.
these guys are horrible. It's hard
Guys
enough
like
dealing with you guys, let alone you guys and those guys.
Guys like Demon Stride aren't here for an honest conversation. Neither is this shoe bill dude. He's not here for an honest conversation. He has his bias and he's just going to keep on portraying it, and he's not searching for truth anymore. He's figured it all out, even though his paradigm says there are no absolutes. He's absolutely sure. It doesn't make sense.
By the way, though, like they're going to progressively get more triggered and try to sabotage things. Like when I was just trying to talk to you guys real quick before I do my stream and then I'm going to leave and stuff, they have to come in and have this super mundane, stupid, low IQ, very boring conversation, right? Because they're getting triggered. And when I start to really break down how this has completely backfired on the Globers in every conceivable way, and it's actually nothing like what they thought it was. It wasn't some major victory lap where we're humiliating flat earthers. It's quite the opposite. They're going to progressively get more triggered. They're going to progressively come in and try to knock all the pieces off the board. They're going to progressively try to somehow make it all about them and come up with these stupid conversations and stuff. So just kind of prepare yourself for that, because it's going to, it's obviously just going to increase like tenfold over the next week or so.
Of course,
It's
this is all designed to ridicule the flat earther. Of course, we all know that.
they're
Yeah, but they're going to
paying.
get really triggered when they say that didn't work, and then we start to point out how backwards they got it.
Can I get a mic check? Is my mic better now?
Now you're good, bro. Go ahead. Now you're good.
Yeah.
They're paying to further the flat Earth argument, right? They're paying for it. We should be thanking them, but he's right. It's going to get worse. They're you can hear it in their voice, right? Even with the 24-hour sun, this flat Earth is at its point of taking off. This is exciting times. Enjoy it.
Yo, that's so true. That's a good point too, because there's going to be a lot of people entering this conversation, and we're going to hear the same arguments all over again, because there's going to be a whole nother awakening. So patience is a virtue, and it is going to be tough for sure.
The difference is a
Oh
lot
my
of those
God, they were
people
just
will be like,
debating me.
sorry, good.
Go ahead, what's it?
Well, I'm just saying the difference is a lot of those people will just be like good faith. They're like they really won't know, and they'll just have questions. Even if they come in kind of arrogant, they'll just like have to learn the stuff. It's nothing like these like veteran Globers who debate in bad faith.
Well, the question used to be, do we want to
So,
circle jerk? Sorry, Jeremy, go ahead.
I'm good, man. Just go.
Well, the question used to be if we wanted a circle jerk. No, we don't want a circle jerk. We want honest debate. But what we don't want is you, right? We don't want you coming in here and trolling us. It took me 30 seconds to figure out that guy was basically just trolling with, if you don't know how far it is, exactly how far it is above you, then you don't know anything. That's just a troll. It's just a tack to get us wound up. It is a waste of time. We need people that come in here like we do every day and have fruitful conversations. And it's going to get better because the questions are answered and people are doing tests and all that. It's going to get better. Like more tests are going to be done. More people are going to take trips.
We see what happened was so they're like this 24-hour sun, the fathers have no way, they're freaking out, blah, blah, blah. So when I pointed out the idea of, okay, well, what if I show you a physical demonstration where you actually can replicate it and you see exactly the same thing even on an A map, they just freak out. They get super triggered. That idea frightens them and they're freaking out. And that's why he's just like, oh, well, you have to prove exactly where the dome is. It's like, what? No, you're claiming it's impossible. Here's a physical if I'm saying here's a physical demonstration that shows that it's literally not, here's how one of the ways it could work, then that's the end of the conversation. You claimed it was impossible. I debunked that claim. You don't get to then pretend I need to make definitive claims and go support things that are impossible to have access to. That's just stupid, right?
I think Good White was asking though about in that demonstration you showed. There's two domes, or you didn't show it, but I'm pretty sure it's the one that you're referring to. There's a dome inside the greater dome that moves around with you, correct?
Yeah, that's
Well,
what I heard.
yeah, but I didn't even like I didn't even claim anything definitive. I was just talking to SC and saying, but you do agree, of course, that if we were to be able to at some point make a physical demonstration that physically in real life showed the same phenomena, right? That we couldn't any longer say that it was impossible. It was just a simple question, but that mere idea freaks them out. And trust me, bro, if the best they can end up having is like, oh, well, sure, I claimed it was impossible, and sure, you've shown that it's not impossible, but if you can't tell me exactly how far away the dome is, then it doesn't count. Like, bro, like, just please, you should all make that argument. That's like really stupid.
Well, it's not the greater big dome. It's the fact that we would all have tiny glass domes going around with us is the problem.
How is that a problem? No, it's like, do you know that there's like a physical medium around us?
Yeah, that's the big point. You know, a medium is air, and glass is also considered a medium. So they are comparative.
Yeah, it's a physical medium, and we know for a fact that we see in a little miniature dome personal to us. And even the globe model has to acknowledge this. It's called the azimuthal grid. That's literally how we map out the sky. Like if you just completely set flat Earth and globe Earth aside entirely, you go map out the sky by making measurements, it makes a dome. And if you move 10 miles to your right, it makes another little dome, right? Like it doesn't matter anything to do with what anyone thinks about the Earth. It's just factually how we see in reality. We also see this with crepuscular and anti-crepuscular rays. We see the same thing with like the shadows that look like they're going up on the mountain, but when you go to the peak of the mountain, they're actually down below you, going extending out horizontally. You can turn around 180 degrees and you'll see the same thing, shadows converging on the horizon the opposite way. And that's because we have a limit in all directions around us. That's how we see the sky. Like just provably, that's how we see the sky. And even in the globe model, they have to acknowledge that's how we see the sky. So we see the sky like that. We measure the sky like that. Then people try to make models afterwards, right? That's like it's not even really up for debate about like whether or not we see in like little personal domes. We absolutely do.
Yeah, but in the demonstration you're referring to, the light would have to bounce off your personal dome of vision and then create the 24-hour sun for someone else in a different dome of vision, is what's confusing to me.
But each person just has their own personalized observation. So it's like
Well,
if you put a dome on the ground and move a light over it, inside that dome, it looks like it has its own sun, and it'll actually arc and set while the sun's still up in the sky doing a circle. Which is what a
I mean,
coincidence. That's what we
that
see.
that's my experience on the seashore. I mean, you watch at the sunrise, the sunlight travels right to my feet across the water. And then I can have a buddy down the shore and he has the same thing. So obviously there's something personal about it. This is why people worship the sun, because they're like, this sun is revolving around me personally.
So in that demonstration, this is a real question. Does the second glass dome inside the bigger glass dome represent your personal dome of vision or something else?
Yeah. The little one it represents your personal dome of vision. But I'm not
Oscar,
even saying that's not. By the way, I'm not even invoking that demonstration. Like the one that someone just showed me is doesn't even do that. It does it with something else.
uh,
So
Oscar, if you think about it, the argument kind of is like, you know, when you make a solar system model and you have to use styrofoam balls and toothpicks to hold it all together, there's not actually styrofoam balls and toothpicks in the world. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a demonstration. It's not like this is exactly what everything's made out of. We're using a comparative medium, glass, air, you know, and then we're demonstrating it's a possibility.
Well, yeah, I get what a model is. I guess I just don't understand what that little one that I'm referring to is, because I thought that it would require that there's a smaller glass dome or something, akin to a dome above us, be it like ether bending or some shit like that, that would have to create the 24-hour sun in Antarctica. And you're just saying, oh, it's just showing perspective.
no, I didn't just say anything. I never even made a specific claim.
Well, I was talking to Tora, not you, but okay.
Okay. Like like also I did but right when you jumped in, right? I said, well, isn't the air physical? And then like you just didn't respond to it.
he did.
No, but he didn't.
Yeah, his point is that there's not two physical domes. So the light, he's just saying that the light would have to go through separate mediums. That's
Is
all.
the
He's
air
trying to get an
physical?
idea. That's all.
Is the air physical?
I
Where's
assume
the
so, yes.
barrier between the air and the big dome? Is what
Why does
he's
there have to
saying.
be? What do you mean? If the big dome's made of something else, that's two different
Well,
mediums.
that's what he's saying. So
But
there's
that
no.
doesn't. Maybe it's a community. Maybe you're not. Okay. If there's a big dome and it's made of something physical. That's one medium. And then there's also the
Where's the next
air.
barrier? Where's the
There's
barrier
also,
for that from the air to the big dome?
well, if
That's
you're
what he said.
not currently
The small
understanding,
dome.
I would
That's all he's
probably try
saying.
to exercise some patience and
Nobody's saying they
listen to.
don't
Okay,
understand.
disengaging.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, because you have no self control.
Yeah, why can't we go one at a time, guys? Like, seriously, man. Let Witsit say it, and then you go after. It's not hard.
Let the main character finish.
Yeah.
Not a
What?
main character. He was
Yeah.
talking, bro. If he interrupted, I would tell him the same thing. It has nothing to do with characters. He was talking, he got interrupted. That's it. Simple.
Yeah.
Is this the second team of trolls that are coming in now?
Yeah. Claimed flat earthers. And this is what's so funny though. It's like, oh, because you have some weird opinion about me, you should get to interrupt me. Is that your argument? It's pretty simple. If there's a physical giant dome, okay, that's one medium. Say it's crystalline, okay? Then the air itself is a physical medium. The air is physical. So if you just continually say, well, what's the other barrier? That's irrelevant. You're not listening. The air itself is physical. We have a limit to how far we can see. We see in little domes. And guess what we're seeing in? A physical medium. So there's actually a material little limit around us that we're viewing everything through. Just factually.
I'd like to pose this to the flat earthers that are in contention about this. If you're not claiming parallel light rays, because that's the only way you're going to make the observation of the sun rays reflecting across the ocean to your feet, if that's not your claim, then how are you justifying that the sun rays are coming to your feet for each person?
Is that supposed to be a question for me or for someone
Yeah.
else? I don't know.
Yeah, just like the people that are in contention about that you have a little dome of vision around you, and it's made of atmosphere, which limits your perspective, and it's reflective, obviously.
Oh, I 100% believe that we have a dome of vision, so I don't dispute that at all. And I could not understand the demonstration. I definitely think that's a possibility, as I'm not very educated or smart. But like the little demonstration I saw, there's a big glass dome and a smaller glass dome, and to me, at least in my understanding of it, it wasn't representing your dome of vision. It was sort of having to say that there would have to be a change in atmosphere or something in a dome around you, not the way you see, but actually a change in like the physical medium around you for there to be a 24-hour sun. Maybe I'm misunderstanding that, but that's my interpretation.
See
Okay,
what that?
I
Can I
totally
ask
get.
one question?
Go ahead, Ricky.
What's your dome of vision? What's the medium? Is it air?
There is no medium for my vision, I don't think.
You're not looking through anything.
Well, yeah, I am looking through something, yeah.
And what's that medium?
Air.
Okay, that was easy. So
Hold
in your
on, Rick.
dome of vision, there's air. What's holding that air in?
Do you know the demonstration that we're talking about or no,
I'm
Rocky?
just I know all demonstrations. I'm just asking some simple question. The air that's being held in, right? Wherever you live, wherever your dome of vision is, what's holding that in? Is that another container, or is that a? What's your theory on that?
I have no idea because it's not really relevant to what I'm asking about, but okay.
It's relevant to the conversation, 100%. And
I'd
if
like.
your answer is you don't know, that's fine with me. I don't really know for a fact either. I just have theories. That's why I asked you, what is your theory? And you answered, you don't know. You don't even
Can
have
I
a theory about it.
can I clarify this? Just to make a point. Okay, so if we have a dome of vision, that means that where we see the sun probably isn't where it is in its actual position, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, uh, at least to the best of my understanding, we definitely don't see the sun on flat or globe and where it's really located at.
Okay, so on the globe, the claim is light takes time to travel. On the flat, what we're going to say is the light has to be reflected one through the first medium of the actual firmament, And then two, now it's reflected onto your dome of vision, personal dome of vision, in a specific location for each observer. So now we now see what is this dome? It's not made of anything. What it's made of is the limit to our perspective, which contains air, which is a medium that can bend light.
I think I'm following, but to me, it doesn't make sense. So I probably can't add anything to the conversation because it doesn't make sense that my perspective would actually bend light. Like, if that makes sense, like bending light, affects my perspective, but my perspective bubble wouldn't actually bend light for anyone else.
No, the air bends the light, not your perspective bubble. Right? The light comes shining through onto your perspective bubble into a certain area. Now that also probably can be refracted depending on the conditions inside your area you live in, right? If I'm in California or Florida, I have a different view, like the horizon might look different at different distances, stuff like that, depending on what your location is and what the air quality or humidity, temperature, all that stuff.
Yeah, either I'm misunderstanding the demonstration that I'm referring to, or you guys are misunderstanding the demonstration. It's very possible that I'm misunderstanding it, but like the way I look at it is that second dome in that video is not showing a perspective bubble. It's showing something else.
Okay, what if we put 10 domes all around like instead of just one, what if there was 10 and all of those domes end up showing the same effect of it rising and setting in each individual little dome? Does that then make it a little more clear?
Well, yeah, I would get that, but I don't think that that's what that demonstration is even attempting to show.
What are we talking about, yo? Are we talking about optics, vision,
You know that
stereoscopic vision?
a demonstration that they put the glass bowl, and then they put a little glass dome inside of it, and then they put a flashlight on the outside, and they can get the
Yeah,
effect of the 24-hour sun,
remarkable.
essentially. Yeah. So we're trying to clarify to Oscar because Oscar wants to understand this. He is honest, engaged. He's engaging honestly with us. So he just wants to know what would be the mechanism that would cause that light to be in onto your personal dome when your personal dome isn't made of glass, it's just air, which is a medium, so they are comparative, but are they exactly comparative? Would it work out that way?
Is the light
Hey, Tor,
reflecting?
can I just ask?
Oh, go ahead.
This
Go
is
ahead.
the
You go,
nature of
Oscar. Sorry.
light. What light's doing, dude? Like,
Hold on, Ned was
You,
first. Ned
no,
was first.
all right.
no. Yeah, I let Oscar go. Oscar went, and I jumped on him. Go ahead.
No, it's Demon Strike. Go ahead now.
Oh, sorry, Dio.
I like this. That's the way we should be. No, sorry, you go ahead. No, you go. I like this. More like this, guys, please. I yield the floor
So
to you. Go ahead.
real quick, yo. If you're not gonna talk, I'm gonna talk. Because yeah, what we're talking about is the nature of vision and optics, dude. It's not just like how light acts in a medium, if it's being propagated or if it's actually traveling. There's different frameworks for how reality is built. The point is, if you appeal to like the biblical cosmology, you have to understand what's around us. And the scriptures tell us, do not trust your senses, bro. Right? Don't rely on your own understanding. That's what gnosis is in the Greek. There's a difference between wisdom and knowledge and worldly knowledge. And a lot of times we get lost in the mystical worldly knowledge. And that's just my honest opinion, bro. And then with that being said, like, dude, like reality right now, the way it's being projected into your vision, dude, there's such a mystical concept behind that. And like Napalm, I wish Napalm, he hasn't been in here, but he's the one who put me on this, dude, with the hyperbolic geometry. And the way that reality is being projected, bro, it doesn't fit like any Euclidean, um, Cartesian coordinate system, dude. It's more complex than that. It's actually something that I think the sky might be more holographic in nature than physical. Not to say that holograms that can't be physical, and that gets into a whole philosophical conversation on what physical is. Dude, it gets deep, dude. But yeah, optics, bro. Look it up. Look up the
I think
shofar model of the universe.
Hey,
The golden
Lion.
shofar. Go ahead.
Hey, so one thing though, right? Is the ground we walk on is physical. It's rock, dude. It's earth. It's, you know, terra firma, tierra firma. So it's hard, dude. It's real. You can't, like, if you wanted to appeal to your Bible cosmology, and being that it says 4 pillars hold up the earth, but
Exactly, dude.
then you'd have to go find those 4 pillars and verify that.
See, there's
Unless you
4
just say,
pillars,
well,
bro. I don't care what you. There's 4 pillars.
Yo,
yeah, I know,
that's
bro.
so funny what Good White Light says, that it's terra firma. You know what the sky is called? Firmament. It's also firm, dude.
But how do we prove that? If it says this, I'll give you that it says it, right? And we should believe it no matter what, and not question it at all. But if we did that with everything and not like verify things, things would be pretty hard. We couldn't take people seriously, like their identification or whatever. Like, how would we actually um prove like something or somebody is real if we just said, well, it said it in this book, you know, I gotta believe it.
Yeah, I
I live
mean, good
by,
Like
white.
I
Do
then,
live,
you? Do you?
I
Good
live.
white. Do
you see what
you?
I'm
Do
saying?
you? Do you? Can we come to an understanding there are some things in life that we're not gonna be able to know, at least not currently.
Yo, he said
Okay.
firmament. He said tierra firma, and then we got the word firmament. Firmamento means firm. There's a physical dome around us, bro. That seems to be
Well,
a crystalline structure.
This is
the
how you
problem I
can
All
gotta
test
right,
say,
it.
man.
This,
I'll
this
give
is
you
this is
that.
how you can test
I'm
it.
excited.
Listen, I'll give you how you can test it. You go and you read it, you learn it, you live your life by it, and if that when you're living your life by it, the things that it says will come with living your life by that book, if those things happen, you can know the book is true. And now we can't know for sure what the sky where the 4 pillars are because the book tells you can't. So then you're going to, at that point, go, well, if this book has led me down the right path this entire time, it probably has the proper information about the sky and everything, especially when we're considering all these things that we're around when we think about gas pressure or Gaussian surfaces and things like that, right?
We,
You could
we do this.
logically induce it, right?
Well, real quick, hold on. Let me add to that real quick. I just want to say that the moon isn't like it's not solid. It has no solidity. You can't land on it. Enoch told us there's nothing in her save her light. And then you have guys from that one video that went viral that you guys all know. He said it, dude. The moon is plasma. We're never gonna land on it. And this
well,
idea is ancient, bro. It's time
you can
itself, and it was
see you
given
can
to
see
us.
asteroid impacts on it. You can see it. I mean, I think there's even a video of it happening live. So, I mean, that claim is not true.
I'm sorry, bro. The moon is
You've
land on
seen
it,
you've
dude.
seen it live,
Okay, but I
a
actually
live
wanted to
video
make
of
a
it.
point. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen a live video of it. But I want to
Yeah,
get back to the dome
there's a
thing. So,
fake
fuck me.
video about it.
Okay, so the thing about the multiple dome thing, you have a personal dome. So if you have, I know it's not a glass dome, but you're using a glass dome to represent the reflection it can make, creating what would look like a sun. If I was in one of the other domes, I'd be able to see your reflection of the sun. And if it's not reflecting light enough to make a personal sun for you, it's not going to make one that I can see myself. So nobody has a personal dome that's creating multiple suns. That's false.
That's
Now
not
That
true.
doesn't work.
That's
you
not
know
true.
how
Hold on.
all the personal domes would work now. Like that is strange, bro.
Yeah, that's not even true.
No, I'm
You
just
didn't know
saying
what
that,
you
like,
just
if that
said.
were if
Listen,
that were
the
true,
two.
if that were true, and that light was coming down and splitting into multiple different pinpoints all across the globe, all across the surface of the Earth, you would see those pinpoints from inside of another dome. I don't know why you would.
No,
You can't
sir.
even see the light rays coming from the sun that I see. Like if I see one coming to my feet, you can't even see that standing next to me.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
but you're
exactly.
talking about creating caustics, all right? And caustics you can actually see. So, like at the bottom of a
Oh,
swimming pool, like when you have like the light rays pinching together, like you actually have pinpoints you'd be able to see from other vantage points.
Not what I was saying.
hold
It's
on
not
real
what I
You're
quick.
was
saying
Let me
something incorrect.
let me
I'm
explain
saying
these
no. I'm
demon
saying
tracks.
a fact. You can't see the ray that comes to my feet. The ray of light that reflects off the water that comes to my feet. If you're standing next to me or behind me or in front of me, you can't see what I see.
Yeah, this makes no sense
Yeah,
at
I
all,
can see
demon
where
tribe.
I can see
Demon
where it's
tribe,
coming
yield the
from is the
floor,
point.
bro. Yield
Hold
the
on, Tora. If
floor.
he's talking to
Yield
me,
the
Tora,
floor.
hey, Tora, hold on, Torah. We don't need to.
Yield the
You don't
floor.
need to dogpile me. You don't need to dogpile me. You can let me respond to Rakia. Okay. Yeah. The point is, I can't see that light ray, but if you're creating a caustic, like a coffee cup caustic to create a personal sun that goes around you, that caustic can be seen from other angles.
No, because then you would have a personal dome from where you're standing to try to see it. You wholeheartedly do not understand the argument. If you think
I
you'd be able to see
wholeheartedly
other
do
people,
understand
hold
it.
on,
That's
hold on.
the point.
If you think other people would see your dome, how did you eliminate your dome of vision in order to see other people's dome
They
of vision?
wouldn't see my dome. They would see the caustic created from my dome. It would be a
No, sir.
pinpoint, a light. Oh, yes, sir. They
You
would.
have one around you. There's
The
no
way
way you're
you,
going to be able to
the,
see someone else's if you're inside of one. You can't get out of it. There is no God's eye view that you're going to be able to
it's
look
not about
down
being
and look at.
outside of it.
That's
It's
what you're
looking
trying
through
to
it.
portray.
Are you the same guy
Well,
that was
let's
clipping
look at
everyone
it
earlier?
from the,
Because you're just clipping again if you don't recognize
can
you're
we look
doing
at
it.
it from the perspective of actually observing a coffee cup doing this? And it's possible for two people to see that reflection just standing around the coffee cup, right? You're looking over it kind of like in a God's eye view. Multiple people can see that.
Yeah, it would be
Now,
over.
you guys are making leaps of hold on. You guys are making leaps of logic that you have to be inside of the coffee cup and it's going to be your own, but that's not what we observe with the coffee cup. So it's not even analogous or even related to the actual
Well,
coffee cup
we're
demonstration.
not. We never have the God's eye view. You're doing the analogous that doesn't relate. We're always below. We're always have our own personal view, not godlike. Why did you bring
And
up something that is godlike view?
So,
and
okay, why
Rakia,
I'm bringing it up is it's because the demonstration is you look at a coffee cup, there's that reflection of the light source, and it's making that reflection, but multiple people can see it off the coffee cup. And when I've asked Witsit about this, he says, yeah, it's the coffee cup caustic. But if that's the case, then that God's eye view that we're standing over the coffee cup and we can see it, that's not analogous to what you guys are trying to describe. Now you guys are trying to say, no, you're actually in the actual coffee cup and it's your own personal dome. You guys are shifting, or you guys are moving the goalpost and
We're just
changing up
trying to
the.
demonstrate a way that it would happen. We're not saying that's exactly or we have a godlike view. I'm not sure why you're conflating the two. We're obviously
Here's why.
not. Why are you cutting
Here's
me
why,
off?
dude.
Why are you cutting me off,
Yeah,
dude?
let him finish, guy, and then you go next. Come on.
We're obviously, it's just a demonstration of if it's possible. Not that we're demonstrating it exactly how reality is. It's just a demonstration, dude.
I know, but Witsit has explained that, hey, we have a coffee cup caustic demonstration that shows this phenomena, but it's not the same as now you guys are moving the goalpost saying, hey, you guys are saying now it's your own personal dome. So it's not even the same demonstration. That's all my
Okay,
point
great
is.
point. You've made it 5 times. It's very duly noted. We'll work harder to
Thank
provide the perfect reality situation. And don't worry, it's coming because the truth always comes out. The coffee cup is just a way to show how we would have light without a direct light source in that area. It works. It definitely works. It doesn't mean we all have the God's eye view or whatever. It's just a coffee cup example. And actually, we didn't come up with it.
Well, Witsit has
Please
he's
don't
the one
talk
that
about
used.
with it. He's not here. He can defend himself on what the context was of the conversation because I'm 100% sure you're not accurately demonstrating what he meant or said, or he could take care of it himself if he was here. So please don't bring him up again. Do you agree that we see in a personal dome? Like our dome of vision, basically, is what we're talking about. Do you agree that that happens?
No, I don't agree because how am I going to prove that?
You can prove it. You can prove it by the way the eye is formed. Every eye is a dome. If you look at the structure of an eyeball, and when you have multiple people around, they're sharing the same field of vision or the same dome. So just by that example, you can kind of get a rationale for what's being said. And if you don't look, if you look at the domes as being overlapping circles, you can also understand how multiple domes could share the same sight or the same point of light
Your
with
eyeballs
overlap.
actually do that. You have two eyeballs that join
Exactly.
together. You don't see the line in between where the two domes meet. They just merge together. Like
Exactly. And
binoculars.
when you close one eye, one dome is different than the other.
Exactly. But when you put them together, you have a wider angle of vision. And the
Yep.
ones where it meets in the middle, it just joins perfectly. There's no division. There's no blurriness. Amazing,
Yep.
right?
Perfect.
So
The
so
microcosm
okay,
explains the
so
show's
so if
macro.
your eye could be considered the firmament, then, right? So if you guys are saying your eye is the actual dome, and then you can even deduce even further, hey, well, my eye is the firmament, and it's not out there somewhere in the earth or above the earth, but it's actually in your eye. Can you say
What?
that? Is that what we're going? What do you mean? What? It's obvious. Can't you?
I'm what?
Can't you follow an idea?
Yes, I can follow an idea, you freaking troll.
Well, I'm
Do I
asking you if you can or can't. You said what?
Yeah,
You
I
want
That
me to
know
makes
read
how
no
it?
you
sense.
said it, and I know
Want
how
me to
you
say
mean
the
it, I
exact
know how
same
you
thing?
think, and I'm smarter than you think, and I'm tired of y'all coming in here and using these tactics. It's boring, bro. It's a waste of time now. No one wants to talk to you.
Yeah, but you're not that smart.
I'm
Why
smart
would
enough to
anyone
No,
know
dude,
that
consider?
the
no.
firmament is
No,
not
I
my
Who said that?
eyeball.
Hold on. Who said that? Because I mean, Maz, can y'all get that? Because that's just straight up.
We got that. Look, guys, you got to chill out. I mean, we don't want to mute anybody, but we will. Please be cool. Thank you.
I'm
How
trying
could
to
the
be
dome?
cool, guys, and give you guys
Hold on, good
something,
white.
right?
Hold
And you're
on, good
giving me.
white. Yield the floor, bro. Listen, how could the dome, the firmament, the thing that's called firm, be made out of your vision? That is not how you would logically work that out, bro. You couldn't have
These
the
guys are
dome
cool.
and the dome of vision without it being the firmament. How could your dome of vision hold gas pressure? How could your dome of vision be the second Gaussian surface that's required to have 100 volts per meter as you go up from the surface of the earth? Like, dude, that doesn't even make sense at all. What are you doing? Are you just like trolling?
Man. I mean, you guys can't follow any potential ideas. I'm just trying to put it out there just to,
It's
uh,
you're
you
basically
know,
what you're
He
creating
just
like
did it
a very
again. He
it's
just did it again. I'll repeat it. You guys can't follow any simple ideas.
this
It's
is like
just a
a
roundabout tactic way of saying you're stupid. Please mod that shit.
okay. Uh, but also it's like a pareidolia example from his perspective too. That's not ours, and I've never heard this like kind of laid out like this. It's just like his take on it. So your wild ass take does not equate like the thoughts of other people necessarily. Good white.
it was your guys' idea first when you guys mentioned the eye
And then
and
you
how it's
straw
a
manned it.
dome-like structure. Well, no, then I'm just going over the possibilities of how it could work. I'm not trying to do
Okay.
anything maleficent or anything. I'm just trying to,
Okay, so you're
guys
trying
here.
to follow logically, right? You're trying to like follow this logically through. Can you just state the three laws of logic for us real quick so we know that you're a logical man?
I don't know them offhand, but I could look them up.
Okay, so it's a very simple those laws. I mean, if you studied logic and you say you're a logical man, those laws would be imprinted in your head. So I'm sorry, sir, you're not a logical man.
Well, I don't go around bumping into objects all day and like stumbling on my words. I think even though you try to paint me as that, I can still agree and know that I am very logical. You guys are the ones that's not logical, because you can't even listen to what I'm saying just for a few minutes.
Okay,
You
can
gotta
you give me
attack it.
the inference? Okay, can you tell me the inference rule for your argument that you just came up with, that because we have a dome of vision, the dome of vision is the firmament? What's the inference rule you're using there?
Yeah,
Dude,
inferring
I
something.
bet you 90% of this room can't rip off the three laws of
Yeah, I
logic.
have no idea either. But I just know that Good White is not a troll, man. I feel like he's in good faith.
I
Seriously,
posted
can
them for
anyone hold
everybody to
on?
see.
Who can rip off the three logic laws?
The three acts of
Too
logic
late, Jeremy. I posted them. They can
You
just
already
read it.
know, bro.
Apprehension, judgment, and rationality. That's the three acts of logic are kind of more important. And apprehension, judgment, and reasoning. And the guy is showing he's not apprehending the concept of the dome that's being uttered. So it's like you have to apprehend what's being said to then make a judgment to come to a reasoning, and you're not apprehending. So it's like
That's why I
that.
asked him if he believed in a personal dome, and he said no because I can't measure, or I forget what he said, but I can't do something. So he doesn't believe he has a personal dome. That's why I asked that.
But then you and Yahweh were talking about how the eye is dome shaped, and how our vision is, and then you even went further to say about your two eyes and how they overlap, and everybody
Yeah,
has their own vision, right?
yeah,
Okay,
and
so
then
then I went a little
that would
further
make
to
a
say,
personal dome, which you don't believe in, but you believe
Yeah,
that
good
the
point.
eyes do that, and then you went to, well, then do y'all see that would make the eyeball the actual firmament? That was your
Yeah, look.
next statement. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, good white. If you look at the image of the structure of the eye I showed you, and you were to place yourself in the middle of that pool of water in the center of the eye, you would have sort of the same light displacement that you experience walking around on this earth. You would have the same light displacement that you see occur the way the sun operates. So by understanding that the eyeball structure pretty much emulates exactly what's going on in your daily life as you walking around, then you can understand that how your two eyeballs work, or how they have two separate domes but they blend together. You can understand that two different people, kind of representing like two different eyes, or in a way their vision can overlap and they can see the same sight. And you can understand how someone nowhere near the same dome or reference would see a different frame of sight. But it's a microcosmic example of what's being spoken of.
right, that's what I was trying to do, but then everybody starts attacking me and calling me ridiculous for even considering that. And you just pointed out how it could be a
You're
similarity or a juxtaposition. And then first Snacks, then Rakia, scoffed at me. I mean, you guys just keep
are
attacking me,
are you
you
being
know.
genuine?
Uh,
You're being genuine in your postulation of this model. You're not intentionally making it sound ludicrous in order that you can gain advantage on this position. So my apologies, sir.
So now he agrees with
no,
us that we do have a
I can
personal
break
dome.
down. No,
So now you agree that we
no,
do have a personal vision
you
of
just
dome.
said my idea was ludicrous. You fucking idiot! Like, why did you do
Why is
that,
he
bro?
allowed to
I was
call me a
trying to
name?
rock with you guys.
I said when you think our eyeballs are the firmament, which was your next statement, that was ridiculous. Not you. Your statement was ridiculous. You effing idiot. Can
The
you
dude
follow?
just said how it's a microcosm, macrocosm, and
That wasn't
I
me.
was.
Guys, stop, man. Just stop. Everyone go one at a time. Don't name. You can't name call here. You know you can't do that. Come on, man. Since time
Well,
people
man,
out.
I
Just
was working.
get it together, guys. I'm gonna start timing people out for real.
I was working through an idea, and I get attacked. I don't appreciate it. That's
Not
all.
true. You called it the firmament. Our eyeballs are not the firmament. No one ever stated that. We can follow along our conversations. We're not dumb. We were saying that the dome of vision is just like our eyeballs create that in themselves. There's two separate eyeballs that are shaped like domes that merge together. That was in context with the conversation. You then went to, then our eyeballs are the firmament itself. Do you remember that?
Are we not trying to compare the two and see if, like the dude said before, it's a macrocosm, microcosm? That's all I was doing.
Even in the microcosm, macrocosm theory, would the eyeball be the actual firmament above us?
Yeah,
No.
it'd be the same effect, right? Dude was trying
Oh
to
my
explain
God.
it'd be the same effect. They're both
The
physical, right?
the effect is the visual personal dome, not the firmament. You know
But
the
you still
difference?
get the same effect from an eyeball, right?
So you agree with that now? I'm glad. So yeah, you get two domes of your eyeballs merging together in the center. You don't see any blurriness. It just creates this picture in front of you. If you close one eye, you still get some of the same view. So you get one dome. Two domes aren't merged together. Yeah, congratulations. Not physical though, right? Like it's not a
Yes, your eye
physical,
is physical. Your
not
eye
a
is physical,
physical
dude.
dome. Can you follow this? Can you let me clarify then, since you obviously didn't understand it? Not a physical dome that would hold in gas pressure. Just the vision, right? Just the dome that it creates because you only see so far. You have a limit to visions. That creates a 360 and an up and down. Every axis creates this view. And when you merge two eyeballs together, you don't have to. You can close one of them, but your view changes.
So then
You
it's
can.
only our eyes that are making this phenomena happen, and it's not the actual dome in the sky, or it's not the
Oh
actual,
my God,
you
dude!
know.
The personal
I'm trying
dome
to
that
walk
we
with you
see
guys,
in,
dude. I'm trying
yeah,
to hypothesize
it's
here. But
scary
then
that
you
you can't
right
follow this.
away immediately attack me, dude. It's
Well,
it
you immediately go to the physical dome when I'm obviously talking about an optical view that's just created by how we see in our personal optical dome, not physical. I hope that's clear enough.
that's what I'm
You're,
saying, dude. It's not physicality. It's only your eye doing it.
and I'm glad you agree. You seem to agree with us now, so you do agree with the personal dome created by the eye.
I'm
Awesome.
trying to walk with you guys.
Awesome. So now, do you agree? I'm asking.
I'm trying to work through this.
Is that a no or a
I'm,
yes?
I'm still gonna ask questions, and you're still gonna attack my postulation.
Still go to the meta part. I'm still going to clarify when you say it's the physical part. No, then I ask the separate question. So if the medium you're looking through that creates this personal vision, right, with your eyeballs and the way your brain interprets the information, if that medium is air, then what holds the air in? That to me would be the physical dome.
Okay, then you'd have to provide proof for that.
Why?
How can we make
Why would I?
a dome, or how could we make an air dome without physicality?
Not an air dome without physicality. It's just how you see your vision,
Right.
the way your eyes are shaped, and the way your brain interprets how the distance and everything, all the other conditions, is what creates that personal dome. If you
Right.
move an
It's your eye
inch,
doing all of.
yeah, if you move an inch left or right, or that view changes. You can never see what I'm seeing ever. You're never inside my eyeball.
What if I put my head right next to yours?
Not
We
gonna
look at the
happen. It's
same
gonna
thing.
be nope. Always gonna be slightly different.
Cheek to cheek.
I mean, it's kind of a straw man,
Yeah,
anyways. You're not
tongue
going to
in
put
cheek.
your head there.
It's just ridiculous. He knows he can't see through my eyeballs. I'm the only one that can see through my own personal eyeballs. I can't
Yeah,
see what he's seeing
Or
through.
what if it's like a lens?
the only time that happens is when there's an intimate kiss between two people and they're looking each other in the eyes. Then you hold the same field of vision. And there's a whole spiritual thing to understanding this whole thing through the eyes, guys. It's beautiful.
Well, or like when I look in the mirror and then the guy behind there, he's looking at me too.
Hey.
Oh gosh.
I just from Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror.
I mean, when you smoke
Michael
DMT and look in
Jackson
the
was
mirror,
woke.
No smoking DMT right now. Also, I wanted to just welcome Jared Wilkins' room. What's up, you famous Falco riding beast, you?
not like once I was looking in the mirror and I started seeing like my face was morphing into like dragons and lizards. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's not real though. You're
And
not a
like
dragon.
frogs. No, I like saw
Okay.
I saw like a frog. It was starting to become a frog too.
Yeah. Well, you are
Do you
what you eat.
think you're part reptilian?
No,
Yeah.
I know I'm not a reptilian, but it was just like
Okay.
really scary.
Yeah. Your mind's tripping on you, making you
Scary.
see things.
I mean,
So
I
you gotta be
think I was
careful with drugs
transported
with
to another
DMT.
realm.
Right.
I
Is that
mean,
realm gonna
mirrors
be
are
okay and
portals.
safe?
They reflect energy.
Hmm.
It's like they take your
I'm
energy and
about
then
to
they
reflect some
reflect.
energy too.
You're so silly today, son. Good morning. Actually, it's good. Almost afternoon soon. Now everybody's talking about smoking DMT, but then they talk about you can naturally create this, and it's like, wouldn't everybody in the truth community want it naturally instead of the altered or whatever we're doing? I don't know. Is it natural from you? You want to create it?
Yeah, so it's found in the
Right.
pineal gland. So it's released
So
when you're sleeping, and so that's why when you have dreams, it comes from DMT, small amounts of DMT.
Just wait till
so
Geo's
people
here
get
before we get into a
DMT.
DMT thing, Stacy. These guys are, I don't know.
I don't know. Right?
Yo, you
I ain't
want to know
hearing me.
something crazy I read the other day about melatonin, dude? Have you guys ever heard this?
Let's hear it.
That light controlled biological clock, right, called the pineal gland, which produces a hormone called melatonin. It has an innate mechanism whereby melatonin concentration peaks on Saturday. So there you go.
Really?
The Creator God gives us irrefutable evidence in our DNA that Saturday, the 24-hour, seventh day of the week, is special.
Hmm.
Well, that's
I
because they
like that
worship
too.
Saturn. Saturn is the controller of this realm, the sixth planet.
Dude, I
Oh,
But the Gregorian calendar's Saturday, or like, do you got to follow some special
oh
line of Yah
no.
calendar?
The
You gonna
seventh day,
sundial?
I'm talking about everyone's body cycles up and produces a certain amount of melatonin, and you get an extra good night rest on Friday night, still to this day, bro.
So
Saturday is not
Friday
the
night
Sabbath.
into Saturday.
Dude, did you hear
That's
about the
what
guy they put in a cave or something? They like locked him in a cave for a few months or something. I forget how long it was, but all his cycles went crazy. Like he was staying up for like, what was he doing? Like staying up for like 20 hours and sleeping for 10. I forget what it was.
Yeah, I mean,
Is
they
it here?
So
probably
what
sleep
about him?
better. They probably sleep
They're
better on
saying like
Saturday.
time slowed
They
down
don't have
for
light.
him or something. It was all
Oh,
kinds of weird
okay.
shit happened.
I think
Yeah.
And
Mr. Beast did that too.
his whole cycle got thrown off. Like he wasn't up for 16, slept for 8. Like he didn't do that. He was doing some other
Mm-hmm.
other cycle.
You gotta
Oh
watch
yeah.
the sunrise and sunset, and it'll help get your cycle on track.
Is your
Yeah,
menstrual
it's
cycle
important.
off, Tora?
Yeah, me and my wife be syncing up.
That's actually true.
You
Yes.
know, the menstrual cycle follows the moon. It's a 28-day cycle, just like the moon.
Wow. My
That's
menstrual
why it's
cycle follows y'all.
27.3, bro. 27.3.
well, yeah, that's
But
accounting
the
for
That's
the
all
moon
leap
I need to
year.
cycle
stay on that,
doesn't
I think.
follow.
The
Yeah,
moon cycle
27.
doesn't follow the Gregorian calendar, so there's no way that the Sabbath can be on every Saturday, but then the moon is following a whole different cycle.
Now
Yeah,
the
so
Sabbath is Saturday, and it's been ordained. It was promised to us that we would never
The
lose sight of
Sabbath
the
is not a
7 days.
Saturday. If you use the luminaries, it's not every Saturday.
It is, bro. Trust me, 100%. What
If you
say?
use
Go,
the
hey, look up.
luminaries,
Hold on, real quick.
if
Look
you
up
use the
Saturday.
luminaries, it's
Look
not
up
every Friday.
Saturday. Look up Saturday in every language,
I
bro.
have,
Spanish,
I have,
Sabbath.
right. But come on, that's after conquer. That's after wars and conquer. The Most High said He used the lights in the sky to determine day from night, months, season, and years, not by Gregory's calendar.
I'm
Aber,
not
we
going
can
by.
hear you. Hold on, Tora. Aber, we can hear you, but your mic is it's a little rough, but we can hear you though.
Yeah, it sounds like you're yelling at me aggressively, and I know you're not meaning to. I'm like, dang, bro. It's all good though.
All right, from my understanding, God made the sun, moon, stars on the 4th day. All right, that would be a Wednesday. That makes the Sabbath Saturday because that's the day He rested. That's how we count time. This is how the Dead Sea Scroll calendar counts time. Puts the equinox on a Wednesday
Tor, are you saying that day
every
one he gave
single
like a
year.
date
The
too? Like,
first of the year is a Wednesday.
On a Tuesday.
hey, honey, when you were talking about that, just so you can help me out, when does that start? Is it actually say it scripturally that like day one is like Monday or day one is Sunday? You get what I'm saying? So we can figure this out. Does it actually say that?
No, the only day of the week that's actually named besides just day 1, day 2 is Sabbath, and that's the 7th day.
Okay, right, the 7th day then from that. But we don't actually know where it falls, right, in our weekly days.
No, I just gave a second witness to the account actually because all of mankind's
Difficult.
melatonin levels go up all the way
You're right.
leading up to Saturday. You know, melatonin helps you rest. It's supposed to be a day of
Yeah.
rest.
This is why I like you telling me that because it does give a little bit of credence evidence, right, towards that being the Sabbath. I mean,
yes.
come on. If that is real, that would make me feel like there is a reason to rest on that day, whether you
Yeah.
want to take scripturally or not, you know?
The reason to rest
Yeah,
on
thanks
that day
for
is we just worked all fucking week. I'll
that.
tell you what,
Right.
Thanksgiving, I had 5 days off in a row. I loved it. I was like, we should be doing this every week. 5 days on, 5 days off. Who came up with this 1 day off bullshit, 2 days off bullshit?
Amen. Cheers. I mean, I
7
don't
days
want to
a
be out
week.
of work like for a long time, but like you said, 5 days on, 5 days off, or like, you know what I mean? Just give us a break. Shit.
Yo, you guys have that option. You know, you could start your own business and make your own schedule, right?
I know, I'm trying, sweet pie. We all out here trying in our minds, or we're trying in physical reality for that. I promise you, I got so many ideas that. Do you have any money to finance me? Anybody? Anybody?
Well, what are
Let
your
me know.
ideas?
Oh, honey, I've said so many. We can get time for them on here, but we can talk about it maybe in some text out here, y'all, and coming up with some ideas to help each other. I don't
I
listen. We've
actually
talked
am
about it as
starting
a
my own
community.
business.
My
I'm
dad
trying to
had
start
his
a
own
tech
Hi,
business.
company.
He took
sincerely.
3 days off his whole life. So I don't know.
Exactly, though, Jeremy. You're right, though. It takes so much
Right?
work, but
You
you're gonna
you
love it, right?
know if you're doing
That's
like a
the thing.
startup,
Okay.
I was
if you're
just
doing a
gonna say
startup,
that's the thing. Go ahead, bro.
if you're doing a startup, you're gonna be putting in like crazy, like 80, 90 hours a week. If you are trying to like maintain your own business, you're putting in you should be putting in the most time of anybody in your company.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not.
yeah, that's the thing. It's you start your own business and it's a labor of love. Like if you don't love what you're doing, then you're doing the wrong thing. I get up every day, I work every day, but I love it. It's not work.
And do you have your own
Amen.
business?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but everyone can't do what they love, dude. Toilets need to be clean. You know what I'm saying?
We could
Some
have
people
a
love that,
machine
though,
do that.
Jeremy. Like seriously, actually, some people love to clean and they don't mind cleaning toilets. Now, I was just cleaning some nasty ass, like seriously, hotels for $12 an hour that people have never washed their toilet in 4 fucking years, and I'm cleaning it someone else's poop. This is disgusting shit that I'm actually willing to do to work my ass off to get, get somewhere and above. So there are people, honey, that actually just love to clean, but they ain't cleaning stuff like that.
I
So
hear you.
yeah,
I like to
what's wrong with
clean
cleaning the
too,
toilet?
but I
Right?
like to clean too, but not 40 hours a week. You know, some nasty ass.
Right.
You're not going to find people that love to do what I do.
No.
Probably you might find like 10 people on Earth that love to do what I do. Like it's not you're not going to get a lot of shit done if everyone only did what they love to do.
Oh, no, you're gonna get a lot of shit done, Jeremy. You worded that wrong, but but we understood you loud and clear.
Was that
It
You're
like a
right.
sounds
rugby shit
nice. It
joke?
sounds nice and like we're all in a forest hugging a tree. Oh, just do what you love. But it's not gonna it can't go down like that because shit just won't get done.
Well, eventually we can have technology do the stuff we don't want to do.
Well, that's when the robots come in. Now you're debating
Oh, here
entities,
we go.
so
Now that's
What
fine. You want to
Jeremy's
send the
talking
robot to
about?
clean the toilets? That's cool.
What Jeremy's talking about
I
is
think.
dirty jobs. You've seen that
it's
show?
more than dirty jobs. It's who wants to stand behind a counter at a gas station and deal with that? That's
That's
pretty
what I used
clean.
to do. He's
No, no,
making
yeah, no. I
ridiculous.
get it, bro. But it's the blue collars. It's the hardworking men that make up America. The backbone of America are people that do shit jobs, dirty jobs,
Yep.
dangerous jobs.
The oil
They're some of
rig.
the best people. They are the best people, actually. They are. Because they're willing to do this kind of shit. You know how much else they would do? If given the opportunity?
Sell
They would say,
crack,
please just give me the opportunity, please.
sell dope. That's
I
what
mean,
they would
how
do.
bad is cocaine
Hell
for you, really? Like, if it was legal, well, I mean, they used to put it in Coca-Cola and sell it at Sears, so it can't be like that bad. But I mean, that
Right.
would go a
It's
long
the
way with
baby
helping
powder.
me get through my job.
The baby powder is the dangerous part.
Amen. That's the lace.
Yeah, but yo, that's the seventh day has never changed. You want to add to that? Yeah,
Okay.
so
Yeah, that's
God
why
said,
we
"Let there
have
be
them
light" on a Monday,
on a Sunday.
on a Sunday.
On a Tuesday.
Yeah, dude, check it out. I mean, it's amazing. Why do we have a 7-day week? What does that correlate to? Correlates to nothing. The
The
reason we have a
7 days of
7-day week is
creation.
because God ordained it that way from the very beginning of creation, and it hasn't gotten out of sync.
it's a perpetual covenant. It's never been disrupted.
Amen.
Or it's a big story that
It's
I've
on a
been
different
told.
gear. It's on a different gear than the sun, the moon, and the stars, dude. Altogether, it's separate. It's independent.
Well, actually, the days of the week are named after planets. That's why you
I
have
know.
Saturn Day and
Yeah.
Yeah, later
Sunday,
on, dude. Later on.
Martes, Miércoles.
Yo, did the days of the week exist before the names or not?
Well, they are named after the Greek gods because the Greek gods
Mm.
said
He
the
doesn't get it,
planet.
dude. He
Yeah,
don't.
Yeah,
if you
He
wait,
don't.
yeah,
believe
but did
history,
That's
days
not
pass
true.
before there were Greek gods or not?
Like the moon is not a Greek god. That's Moon Day or lunes. Right?
Lunes, martes,
if
miércoles,
you
jueves, viernes, sábado.
It's the moon.
if you
Yes,
believe
Jeremy. Some people
history, they
still believe
weren't.
in history.
Go ahead. Whoever was talking.
Damn it, Jeremy, go.
I'm trying to do something. I can't keep
But
muting and
anyways,
muting and unmuting. But
what Torah's saying is
Red
that the
Rover, Red
number
Rover.
is right.
go ahead,
The
then.
nu- the number, the chronology,
Okay,
one through
go, Jeff. Go
seven.
line.
You had day one, you had day two, day three, day four, day five, day six, day seven. That's how they were numbered. They were numbered. They were never given names till much later, you know, through the eons.
Yeah, so the moon actually was named
Okay.
after a god, Luna, the Roman god.
Nobody is denying that. But Luna
So
means
Okay.
moon.
someone
Luna
was.
means moon.
Earlier was.
Mm.
You're saying that the god was named after. Wait, no, that the
No,
moon
I'm
was named
saying that.
after the god. That's what you're saying. You're
No,
saying
I'm
that they're
saying
like, oh, that
that
thing in the sky it looks so much like the god that we think about
you're a
that we
fucking
already
retard.
named. That they're no, you're fucking retard.
Yo,
All
guys,
right,
come on, man.
gentlemen.
Come on, guys. You can't do that.
I'm
Jeremy,
sorry, I
these
didn't
people
mean it.
believe in history,
I didn't
though.
mean it.
The same
If you
people
I
in
believe,
this
never mean
room
it.
still think that history is real and right in front of them, even though they know they've been like manipulated so many damn times. It's unbelievable. And I'm not saying anything about the book, guys. I'm talking about just history itself.
I'm talking about the fucking buck, bro. I don't
I
know,
know
man.
you were, Jeremy.
Well, I was talking about the keeping track of time with it, honestly, but um, like they weren't even really it was just another day. Like you're in the farmer plowing the field, spring's coming. Okay, spring's here, then fall's here. Like they weren't really. I don't think they were even keeping track of days like that.
Dude, we got ancient sundials. We got ancient calendars all over the place. What are you talking about, man?
I'm saying most of the world, though. Yeah, there might have been Rome or something, or a big city in Greece, or some shit like that. But like most of the world wasn't even like keeping track of days like that. I don't think.
You wrong,
Dude, the
Jeremy.
whole world had to pay attention to the days because there's special days that the Creator God wants you to celebrate with Him. So they had to keep track of the days, bro.
Now,
Dude,
time
one
was
town.
something that was given to us, dude, that we kept track of, and over time kind of evolved and turned to different calendars.
At grid longitude 37.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
One town one time just skipped forward months once because they wanted to have a Saturnalia party or some shit, bro. Like they weren't really that worried about it.
I get what you're
Saturnalia?
saying.
Or you mean Selenilian or
No,
Salmonella?
Saturnalia.
Yeah,
He's
it's
right.
Okay,
a Greek
okay.
holiday.
The winter
Snail
solstice
aliens.
festival. But no, the thing is, like, there's been many
That's what you
calendars.
celebrate at Christmas.
There's been many calendars. You know, the Julian calendar. You had even before that, you had a Styx calendar, Babylonian calendars, Egyptian calendars. By the time you get to Pope
Hey, Ryan,
Gregory or Hillel the Second,
can I ask you a question, Ryan?
Hillel the Second was second, third century rabbinical Sanhedrin kind of character. He kind of made the Jewish calendar what it is today, right? They stuck their Jewish calendar to the Metatonic cycle of the moon, right? So it was evolving the Jewish calendar because they had gone astray and they lost the original sacred calendar. By the time you get to Pope Gregory, dude, they basically just evolved the Julian calendar. But yes, days were added, days were taken away, days were shifted. Like the beginning of the year was shifted to January. Things like this happened. But the 7th day week was never altered. The perpetual 7th day week was never altered or
Bro, I
interrupted or
can't even.
disrupted.
I got calendars all over
Hey,
the fucking place. There's one in my hand at all times. I lose
What?
track of the
hey,
days.
Lion.
You think these guys in the field? Hold on, man. I lose track of the days. There's times where I don't even know what day it is. You're telling me these guys that are plowing in the field and at medieval ancient times and shit, and back in Egypt in 100 BC, like these guys weren't even worried about it. They didn't know.
You're,
Agreed.
you're starting on a
Maybe.
false
Maybe. How do
premise
you know
saying
that?
that those people were. You're starting with a false premise saying those people were more primitive than you are, when all the
Yep.
evidence shows that they're way smarter than you are. And then the
Amen.
whole idea, the reason they would keep track of the time is because there was prophecy. They were told in this many years or this many weeks, this is going to
Hmm.
happen. So they were like, well, we better check if this dude's telling the truth. So they would fucking keep track of time, bro.
It was,
They
That
didn't even
makes
know the
sense.
3 laws of logic, man. How you say they're smarter than me?
Wait, Jeremy. How do you know what the hell they're doing back then? You say you don't know about history, but then you're telling me what you know back then. This is where I agree with you, but how can I say what they did or know
we
or
got
how they
fragments
acted?
that
I
survived.
don't think that they were smarter. They just had less technology was making them lazy. A lot, what technology makes you more lazier.
Mm.
Meaning, I used to memorize every phone number of everybody that I knew. Now I
Yep.
don't. It's because
We're getting
it's
dumber.
easy now.
We're gonna end
Not
Yes,
up like
dumber,
Wally.
just lazy.
We're gonna end
That's
up
not
like
lazy.
Wally.
That's just convenience.
it's dumb.
It's
It
just
becomes dumb
lazy.
though.
How is
But
that
lazy
lazy?
becomes
It's
dumb.
Lion,
about.
I want to ask Lion a question real quick.
Because you
It's
didn't
about
lose your smartness. You just became lazy to memorize the numbers.
What do I care
Yeah.
about other
To
people's numbers,
convenient.
though? Like, yeah.
No, because your memory
Yo,
starts
what's
getting
up,
worse.
dude?
So you end up like my mother, where you're not using that repetitive memory. It becomes important. And the more that people turn to this technology and don't use that memory that you need to be using every day, you're going to end up in like dementia like my mom. It ain't okay. You have to use these things that are supposed to be daily processes of our life. And we're going to convenience. Convenience is what? It's going to end you with
Yeah,
some dumbness.
I used to know everyone's phone number down my whole list, but I think this Abra guy was trying to get in.
For a minute.
Abra the seer.
yeah. I want to ask Lion, according to the scriptures, what is a work? What is a work day? You know how the scriptures say 6 working days in Ezekiel, but then the seventh is the Sabbath. what does this 6 working days look like? Because I guess I'll just start with that a little bit before I expound a little bit. What is that to you? 6 working days.
Sunday through Friday. 6 days shall you work, and the 7th day
Bro, why we got to
is a
work
Shabbat.
6 days, bro?
Amen.
That's not even
It's
fair.
just you
No,
don't
not
have.
that
It's not
days
like
you
work,
can get
like
all your work
laborious,
done.
grueling work. It's just days that you're allowed to work
Right.
and you know what I'm saying, like exercise, whatever, do whatever you want to do, bro. It's days
I
that
want
you're
to
That
have
allowed
don't
to
two
mean
do
you
days
whatever.
have to
off.
work 6 days. You can work only 3 days. It's just within that 6 days you get all of your work done.
All right, sign me up for the 3 days. I'll do 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Lion, the only
Yeah,
reason
but
why I
the,
asked
the
that
seven.
about the working days was because, like, not when I'm looking at scripture, like the children of Israel, they worked. It was during the sun-up hours, and then that's when they would rest on the Shabbat, like during when they would go into the field and gather the manna. It was always starting in the morning, and when the sun would get hot, like it says in Exodus 16, it would melt. And now I just asked about working days from your perspective, but I got it.
Well, some believe it's sun up to sun up. Some believe it's sundown to sundown. That's still being worked out. Big debate on that.
Yo, I
But
got a feeling
dude,
the reason the two witnesses are sent are to set us all straight on all those things.
What about
but yo,
people? This
there's
this shit don't make no sense though. You got these nursing homes filled with old people. No one can work on a Saturday. We just let those guys. What about
We
the
don't do
emergency
that.
room people?
The
What
Israelites
about the
didn't
Agreed.
do that,
cops?
dude. They took care of their family, bro. They didn't put it
You
on
still
someone
have
else like
to.
that. They don't even do that in Jamaica, bro. The nursing home idea is like around here. And what it is
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a
but
day
well,
of
sweetheart, you're gonna
reverence
have them
to
at
Yah.
home.
it's a bigger point. There's a bigger point,
jeez
dude.
Louise.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bigger point. What about the hospitals, the firefighters, the policemen? We just let everyone die and do a purge on Saturday? Like, obviously,
No,
No,
dude.
you
we
No, dude.
obviously need to work
Can't do
on
that.
Saturday.
Correct.
No, yeah, that's allowed. That type of work is allowed, dude. There's you got to
What?
understand how. Yes, it's not when God's work, like working for the community, that's not considered work in His eyes.
Does it
That's
say that
righteousness.
though?
Yeah, serving
Yes,
God
Jesus
in
says
God's
it.
eyes is
serving
not
Okay.
work.
God. The temple.
Yeah,
He even
it's
Jesus
like
said, don't the priests work on Shabbat? Don't they also offer up
Right.
sacrifice animals and bring up animals and clean pots and pans and do this and that for all the temple rituals? And you don't think God works on Shabbat? He's
Well,
busy, controlling the universe. You don't think He's doing
I
nothing
don't
on
care
Shabbat?
what
He's
they
clearly
do.
doing
That's
something.
funny. I care what they say scripturally. What does it say scripturally about these people working, like the righteousness, like of that? Because I think Ricky was like chiming in too. I want to actually know what God is saying closely. You
He
He's
know.
says
setting a
it's a day of
standard.
reverence for it's for him that day. So whatever you're saying rest, you're
Okay.
thinking like it's for me. It's not for you. It's for him.
It's an
Hmm.
appointment with the Most High, and then that day you got to dedicate some time to Him or to the community. He says that if
Okay.
by giving to the community to eat or drink or clothe them, you're giving to Him. There's so many things. It's like I don't know. There's just a
That
lot.
You
makes
could
sense.
just do what the
That makes
Jews
sense.
do and hang a wire around the wherever you're going to work at.
if you love
I
your
don't know.
brother as yourself, then you're kind of fulfilling that law. If you love your brother as yourself. So if you're sick on the Shabbat and I can help, then I'm going to help you. Shabbat or
Amen,
Thank you
brother.
for that. That makes more sense.
Firefighters,
Thank you.
AMTs, doctors, they get off the hook.
But you
So,
ain't
okay, what about a
peddling
normal
your
person at
drugs,
home?
dude.
What are they supposed to be doing? Just resting, not doing anything, just not working? What does the Bible say I'm supposed to be doing? Not sleeping, right, the whole time, even though your
Serving
body gives
God.
you more melatonin.
Not
Okay, serving God as much as possible on that day, right?
Maybe
You
smoking
worship him.
DMT.
No, I'm pretty sure it doesn't say smoke DMT. I'm honestly asking what it says about the book, guys.
That's a good
well. Hold on.
question.
I
I
wanted
mean,
to talk about. I had a topic in mind, but I'm kind of drifting off. I wanted to establish the perpetuality of the week and how it's been preserved, and the evidence for that. There's plenty of evidence showing that the actual weekly cycle has not been interrupted, bro.
Okay, we could quickly answer Stacy's question though. You're to abstain from working like your occupation. So like when you exchange money or your time for money,
that occupation goes, you know, you don't do that. What you do is you spend the day with Yahweh, and how you could do that is by feeding the poor, clothing, you know,
Yeah, but
people
all
that
the
don't have clothes.
firefighters, all the policemen, all
Those,
the people
those,
in the emergency room, they're all getting paid.
That's help.
they're okay.
But that's also help.
That's their
Yeah, but
occupation. They're getting a paycheck for
I
it.
so it's
agree. It is
I'm
temporary
money, and
talking
it's
rest on
about,
kind of
other
weird.
days.
Yeah, but
Some
Every
small gray
okay.
areas, Stacey, for those
every
people. They're supposed to serve on that day. They're not supposed to do it for occupational reasons. But it's basically
Okay.
matters of the heart versus matter of survival or money. Like that's the easiest way for
Thank
the
you.
common man to
Okay, so in
understand.
other words, and I'm being serious
Right.
with guys, please, if I was the one to work on Saturday, it's a no-go. If I want to give my time to volunteer and donate or do whatever, that's okay. But accepting money on that day, I should be working on different days to make that income. Is that correct? Like,
Well, you can accept money, but it's not for it's what you use that money like. It's still a matter of heart, even when you accept money. But it's some gray area. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You have
Yeah.
to see what's being done here. It's just saying, you know, dedicate a day for me, basically.
every
Not for
single
self
day,
gain.
every single day is within the eternal Sabbath, and every single day should be a day of communing with Yahweh. Every
I
single
actually
day
agree with
should
that.
be a day
I
of
amen, I
salvation.
agree.
agree with that. But
Every
there's a
single
specific
day.
day that he has an appointment for you, and it's amazing what happens. Because my business, I make money on Saturdays. I used to be able to charge double, so I used to make a lot of money on Saturdays because weekend calls, right? I gave that up,
Mhm.
and then my business all of a sudden erupted during the week, and now I'm making the
That's
same amount of
amazing.
money, dude. You'll be blessed if you respect the
Yeah, dude.
Sabbath.
He provides, and
Awesome.
also it's about being on beat. It's
Blessed
about
tenfold.
punctuality. Hold on. Punctuality is known as righteous. Being at the right time, always being on time. Don't be late
Hmm.
to your appointments. If you tell somebody you're gonna be somewhere,
Awesome.
be there. This is about righteousness, bro. And he set a
You
day
gotta.
apart. One day he set
Okay, can I
apart.
chime in?
It said
Can
it
we
says
Trust.
start
not
Yeah.
the.
do,
Last
let's
last thing.
not do the
Last thing.
back and forth bullshit. Please, guys,
Last
Snacks
thing.
and everybody
Last thing.
else. I want to hear Lion. I want to hear Ricky. I'm trying to learn here about the Bible at this moment. Please.
No, this is literally the
Appreciate
last
you
thing.
guys.
It's
Go
about
ahead,
being
Lion.
on beat, being on beat, and that way we all congregate at the same exact time, synchronized timing, dude. That's what it's
Yeah, the
about.
Jews.
If everybody's on a different schedule, you're on a different day. You think this day's a Sabbath. That guy thinks that day's a Sabbath. We're not on the
Right.
same frequency, bro. We're not of one accord, which is the whole point. And to do that, you have to go back to the roots, go back to the ancient Zadoks, who are actual temple priests, bro. See what they had to say, not your guy on YouTube or your
Mm-hmm.
rabbinical teacher.
Every
Yeah. Anyways,
every
go ahead.
single Jew, the
Thank you,
Jews of
Lion.
Mount Sinai, the Israelites, the 12 tribes, were given the Sabbath day to commemorate, to be an example of this eternal Sabbath. We were not given that day. That day was made free. That day was nailed to the cross along with all the other laws. The Messiah was the only one to ever fulfill the Sabbath because on the Sabbath, he was in the grave. He didn't bat an eye. He didn't breathe a breath. His heart didn't beat. He fulfilled that day
Mm-hmm.
of rest. And no one can come close to fulfilling what he did. And when you come to him, you enter into his rest. His rest is the eternal rest. Every
All
day
right.
abides within the day.
All
And
right,
if you
bro.
take
We've
All
heard
right.
this.
away,
We've
It's just
church,
getting
dude.
preachy now. Maybe let's
Yeah.
switch it up, or does anyone have any final thoughts on this?
Yeah, we're
Dude,
not
I
gonna
was
do
gonna bring up
mainstream
actual data.
churchianity.
if
These
you
guys
take
are
what
just